I know exactly what I'm doing. DFG, you heard? Yeah, I'm from the streets where the hood was swallowing me. Bullets are following me. These haters out to get me. Look how this Prada fit me. We move around with blickies. I got that bag, not a stash. Thick as Lionel Richie's. Jack riding out the 50. Many men wish death upon me. Don't hold your breath, a nigga step and get pressed to concrete. I'm God's blessed. I don't stress, I get dressed to R&B. Teflon on, doing duets with an Aubrey. It be some tragic shit. Paramedics looking sad as shit. Throw a sheet over you like a magic trick. It's Hoffa, trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rapper.
Alright, we back. My expert opinion, the best show. I'm just gonna say the best show. I'm gonna just leave it out there like that. Yeah, best show. Do we need to do the world thing?
Nah, we passed that.
Nah, we passed that.
1 million subs. We passed that.
Yeah, a million subs, mother.
Congratulations.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We got some guests in the building today. We're gonna talk about innocent until proven Diddy. These are the headlines. Diddy's, you know what? Let's get to the transcript. Let me introduce everybody. Kim OSORIO's in the building.
Kim OSORIO. The last time I was on your show, I don't think I got a proper introduction.
Oh, okay.
Because people were in your comments, you know,
Like, who's
crazy.
her?
Like, who the heck is that?
Right.
So I think you got to tell them.
Okay, I gotta tell them.
Yeah, you got to tell them.
I think they know.
I think they need some good.
So I think I should say it.
Uh-huh.
I consider myself a hip-hop storyteller.
Right.
And I used to be at The Source magazine a long time ago. But I'm also an executive producer, a writer. I work on a lot of shows.
A lot of shows.
You guys know, but your audience was, they was
like, who this? And why she talking like that?
Woman.
My former boss.
Oh,
Yeah.
and I'm MECC's former boss.
My former
Wow,
boss.
that's crazy.
Was
My
she a
former
good boss?
She was great.
She ever sent you home?
Boss. That's what I like to hear.
Not that kind of
Trick him,
child.
right? You went from good
No,
to
but
great.
she'd send me back to the drawing board to rework a story. If I didn't get enough information out of it, or if I didn't ask the right questions, she'd send me back.
Oh, wow.
And that's for you to learn.
I never complained about it.
I'm
Never
very
complained.
proud of Mecca.
Who's the better boss?
Excuse me?
Mafa.
Hey.
Math's not my boss.
Yeah.
Neither is she.
Everybody their own boss.
No, but I was. You said I was.
I said,
It's a good question.
I said you're not now.
Right.
I said you're not now.
Right.
No, it's definitely every job is about what you learn from it. Right? I'm a pretty good journalist, and she's one of the people responsible for that.
It's dope.
And everything that moved forward from being a journalist. So all my roots in journalism, she's one of 4 people who I can honestly say I learned a lot from. Shout out to Carlito Rodriguez. Shout out to Jerry Barrow. Shout out to Jeremy Miller.
Salute, Ken.
I'm in good
Yeah,
company.
yeah.
Thank you.
Clap it up.
Thank you.
Salute, Ken.
But don't let all that fool you. Me and Mecca's the same age, okay?
Is that
Sound
so?
good.
No, I don't know.
That's not so. Well, anyway, let's keep it going. SPINOZO, back in the building. Should I be calling you SPINOZO? Because everybody's like...
Spin.
SPINOZO, Tremel.
Everybody's like, yo, Tremel. I saw Tremel on the show. I'm like, it's Tremel. Like,
That's how you know when you made the transition. You know, when I knew you from way back then when
Facts.
we was doing what we was doing.
right.
And then I made the transition in my life and got rid of the tag name and, Tremel. That's what it is. But thanks for having me in the seat again, second time, man. I don't know. I'm starting to get used to this right now.
We're going to talk after this. Shout out to the gang. Bianca, how you doing? I ain't seen you since you was hanging with the ops. I'm just saying. That was the last time I saw you. Just be careful out there, Gat Murder, how you doing?
Building.
Gat Taylor. Gat Taylor.
You know what I'm saying?
We're not doing that no more.
We on the Tremel.
There we go.
Tremel. Yeah, Taylor. Shout out to my man's 88 from the trenches for the
Ooh.
50. Good looking. We're in the building.
That's a nice one. I got the same one, right?
Yeah, I gave it to you.
Oh, it's a pause, man.
You want to play?
We're not playing.
Oh,
We're not
all right.
playing. We're not playing.
That's a pause.
Now,
Jeez.
in my travels, being in the studio, you meet all different types of characters. And one of my favorite characters
Why is
is in the building today. Because comedy, son. Comedy.
Yo, you really be introducing me as a comedian. That's crazy.
Bruh, you're missing your calling. I'm dead ass.
I tell you, if I go to a stand up and they boo me, I'm gonna fight the crowd. You know that.
I'll fight them with you.
I'm gonna throw mad dildos at them.
I-
You know that.
Hey, yo.
Just remember where you got that idea
this. Go catch this.
from. Yo, we gonna get into that conversation later. And MECC,
Salute, King.
I'm not your boss, huh? That's cute.
No. Did you say that's cute?
That's cute.
You sound like her.
Wow. Yeah, we got something in, we got
Got
something in common.
Yeah, neither one of you are my boss.
Talk your
Okay.
shit, Mac.
Okay, so last night I went live on YouTube when I heard the news. It was late last night. Of course, there was no footage. A lot of people were saying Diddy was arrested. He was this. My guess is he was in New York City because he knew this was coming, and maybe his lawyers was contacted, letting them know, like, okay, it's about to go down, so be around so that you can turn yourself in. I'm guessing he turned himself in.
Looks like it.
No, he did not turn himself in.
They
No.
came and got
They
him
picked him up.
at the hotel.
Apparently, they picked him up a day early. That's what's being reported by TMZ and various news outlets. But they went and got him.
Right. But he was in town, kind of moving
He knew
around.
it was gonna happen.
Yeah, he knew it was happening.
That's what I think his lawyer has said. His lawyer has put out statements saying that this is why he came to New York to cooperate, because they knew about the investigation, and rather than have him be somewhere else and then pick him up in another state, he would be here. And as you saw online, he was, in Harlem. He was giving out, like just
Shout out
kind
to
of like
G-Dad,
seeing people.
right?
And you could tell by just watching him on social media that he knew something was going to
Something
happen.
was coming.
Mhm.
His attorney insinuated that he was planning on turning himself in.
Yeah.
Hence, letting it be known that they picked him up a day early. That
Yes.
insinuates that he was planning on heading over there, as opposed to them coming to get him.
Well, there was no walk of shame. You know how they do everybody else. Coming out the building in the handcuffs,
Mhm.
tuck them in the back seat.
Mhm.
I had the feeling when I saw all these pictures, I'm like, he's just outside. He's just taking pictures. Like it seemed like he was like, let me get this love before this goes
Yeah,
down.
Absolutely.
One thing I would say though, like, I don't condone like anybody just kind of laughing and making it seem like it's like
A joke.
a joke that one of ours is going to jail.
Right.
Like, because at the end of the day, like, to me, like, besides a lot of stuff, like, before we found out personal stuff, like, Diddy was an inspiration.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, to see someone that came from where we came from and show that we can do this and just laughing, like, we don't laugh about prison. We don't do that.
No,
You
it's
don't
not
kick- you don't
funny.
kick 'em
It's
in
not
like
funny.
them.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's bigger than that even. So it's a stain on our culture
Mm-hmm.
because we lifted him up as a culture.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of accountability that I think people need to take in this situation. And I'm not saying, this one knew about it or that one. I think that stuff is going to unfold and we're going to find out later. But obviously there were people that knew this was going on. And this is what I like to call enable culture.
Yes.
Right? So people continue to enable behavior. And let me just say this because, he hasn't been convicted yet.
Of
He's been
anything.
indicted.
Right.
So I think people need to also kind of give him that as well, let it go through the system. But there's been a lot of evidence that we've seen already, right? I
but
think
you-
the
you know-
Cassie video is probably the biggest piece of evidence that we've seen.
This is one
But-
thing I want to say about the Cassie video though, but like, I'm sorry that happened, like, right? But at the same time, a lot of people that's crucifying Diddy, they have fathers that do that. They have their own boyfriend that do that.
Okay, but
They
it
have-
doesn't make it right.
It don't make it right.
And that's why they're
But this is the
crucifying
thing.
Diddy.
No,
That's part of why
I
they're
get
coming
that,
at his neck.
but I don't think that they have the right to
No.
be coming and try to crucify when they're the people
That's
doing
not
it.
how that
I think
works.
everyone
That's-
should learn from it.
That's not how that works. If you're triggered by something that happened in your past and you had to grow up with a monster, you see a reflection of that exact same monster, you're gonna go at his neck. I'm not saying Diddy is that monster.
I'm saying the people that are monsters and they trying to use like, oh, you doing this, but they doing that.
Okay,
They're
you
beating
described
their
it
women.
different.
They're
You said
doing
if they
that.
came up with a father that was doing that, I can understand if my father was abusing whoever, me, and then I see a dude who's abusing women,
It triggers
I'm
you.
gonna go at his neck,
Mhm.
right? Number one, and number two, in the court of public opinion, he's already been.
I already know. I
He's
already know.
already done.
And
Yeah.
sometimes a court of public opinion is more important, right? Especially if you're someone at that level, a
You have
figure
to-
like Diddy.
You have to
That's
pick a
his
jury out of
career.
that.
Right.
You have this is where you go to get the jury of your peers. So you need to go find 12 people who can be objective
But I
about
also,
what they're
But,
hearing.
all right, but I want to be clear about something because we've seen this. This is a repetitive pattern of where a particular artist or mogul or whoever it is, from Bill to R. Kelly, there will be at least a good year or a couple of months of just media propaganda being spread. Now, by the time you get to a grand jury, they already have an idea of who this person is due to the past couple of months and all the shit that they've been hearing. So it's like, you know, a slam dunk for them.
the
It's
by
like,
design though.
right. It's like
So
it's like they
if you-
prep the public.
if
The
you
government
study what
wants
happened,
to win.
right.
They're not
That's
going in
part
there to
of
lose.
their strategy, right?
Yeah.
Like,
If any attorney had the budget to do what the government does to public opinion for their cases, they would do that too.
Right.
They could salt the general public so that picking a jury of objective
Right.
people who don't have, hey, listen, I'm just coming in this clean. I don't know nothing about nothing. I wasn't following it. If you put it to where
Impossible.
it can't be escaped, if every lawyer could do that, they do it.
right.
But the government doesn't want to lose any more than any other lawyer does,
I mean,
especially if it's a high profile.
And you got to look at, when you look at the case, it's the United States versus this figure. So
Yeah.
they're going to use all their
That's a
resources
fact.
at you to either make you go broke, put you in jail, no matter what the case is. So when you're going against the government, it's a totally different type
And
of
to the
beast.
government is you know, a lot of mistakes that Diddy may have made because again, we wasn't there. We have some evidence, but we wasn't there for everything. The
Oh, it's on video apparently.
The government is going to go very hard to bring a black man down, period. So it's like, even with mistakes, even with certain stuff, and I just feel like what Diddy done, like a lot of people haven't done, and it's like, I just feel like, you know, yes, he made a mistake, but at the same,
These are choices.
a lot of mistakes.
Mistakes.
Yes, he made a
These
lot of
ain't-
mistakes,
these
but
ain't
so do a
mistakes,
lot of
these are
people.
choices.
They just don't get caught for it.
But the
No,
thing
no,
is
no,
that
that's- no, wait.
So you can't negate the element of power and control in this particular situation.
I agree with that.
Right. So
I agree with that also.
it's a difference. Yes, like a lot of people do this. We are in an enable culture where people enable that type of behavior. But we're talking about someone, and if you read the case, right? Because it just came out. I'm trying to catch up on it. I didn't read the whole thing. It's a very long case. We've been reading stuff and seeing things. A lot of it has to do with power and control, intimidation, trying to bribe witnesses. Like the accusations that are in that complaint are serious accusations. Yes, what he did or what they're accusing him of doing, let me make sure I say that. What they're accusing him of doing is horrible. But on top of that, it's the bribery. Okay, you did this. They're accusing him also of trying to bribe witnesses, trying to stop people from coming forward. That's the big piece that I think
Do
a
you
lot of
think-
But let me ask you a question.
I don't understand how that works.
Look, I'm gonna
Because
ask-
if I snitch on you, you know, I could get paid. But if someone tries to,
How
I
many-
can get paid the other way, that don't make no sense.
Well,
You know?
I can ruin you.
Did
At a certain level of power, I can ruin you
But Mac,
if you come forward.
Did
and it don't
Did
stick.
Diddy bribe the witnesses, or did some of the witnesses bribe
this
themselves?
true?
He's
right?
being accused
They-
of,
That's what
he's
they're
being
saying.
How do we
accused
know
of
if
bribery,
it's true?
coercion,
Right.
racketeering.
Right.
But how about the
Like,
people who said something just so they could keep a paycheck? Or maybe who seen something just to keep a
That's
paycheck?
that's for the attorneys to figure out. Number one, that's for the if the AUSA, Assistant United States Attorney, if he's an honorable man, then it's his job to get those people out the pain. So Diddy's attorney's job to go, he's lying, she's lying, that never happened, and here's the proof of it. But this is all part of the dance.
And this is the thing. Why are they bringing their kids in? Why
Because
are they
he's
torturing
accused
the
of
kids?
trafficking
their
children
moms-
across
That's
state
how the
lines
feds
for
play.
sex.
Wait,
But what
Is
children?
there children in the
Because-
report?
They haven't- they
I-
haven't
I-
said-
No,
There's no kids. There's no kids in the
Let's-
report.
let's-
There's no
There's
kids
no
in the
kids in the
report.
report.
There's no kids
Let's
in the
not.
That's
Let's
what I was
not.
saying.
Wait,
That's
I'm
what
Let's not include
No,
that.
his kids you're talking about, they're not in there.
No, they got
indictment.
arrested
Yeah.
in LA.
No. They
weren't arrested.
They was detained while they
They
were
were
sweeping the
detained.
place. That was
Right.
it.
Yeah.
So they
They
never
weren't
was
arrested.
arrested. In fact, the kids went to court to go hear what their father was facing today. They are not under arrest. They're not under anything.
But they're like, okay, maybe, okay.
There's the
Maybe
media.
not, but the media
Yeah.
is being very harsh. And like, I feel like, especially when it comes to Quincy and the girls, like, their mother died. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, their father's going through this. They're still growing up. That's not fair to them.
No,
You
well,
know
it's
what
a
I'm
different
saying?
conversation, right? Because I think we can all, and I know his kids, right?
Yeah.
So, like, at least Justin, and you know what I'm saying? I've never met the younger kids, but I know Justin,
I don't know the
right?
girls, but I know
So,
Justin and Christian.
we can have sympathy for what they're going through,
Right.
As kids, you know, having to deal with this, and some of them having just lost their mother, right? So my heart goes out to them, but it's a separate issue from what we're talking about when we talk about the case. And what you're talking about was you asked about the minors. There are minors accused. The sex trafficking accusations against him are not only against him sex trafficking, you know, adults, but also, and there's different laws here, also minors. So
Jeez.
there were a couple of women, and I think it's a Jane Doe, right? They didn't name the woman.
What's the age?
Right.
What
But
is the
this-
age?
I
What is
feel
the
I
like
age?
believe it
people
was
set that up.
17.
17?
I feel like
or
people set that
17.
up.
I mean,
like, I don't
but
know.
it depends on what state that happens in, right?
Yes, but,
Okay,
but
I don't see that listed here. Judge, you have the right to be represented by a lawyer for this proceedings or any questions by authority. The indictment has 3 counts: racketeering, conspiracy, including sex trafficking,
And transport.
forced labor, bribery, arson, obstruction of justice.
But you see how they describe the
Arson?
sex. You see how they
Arson,
yeah,
yes.
arson. I was thinking,
Yeah, he set homeboy's car on
Yeah.
fire.
Arson?
Everybody knows.
Oh, yeah.
Yo,
There's
Kid
also
Cudi
Cudi.
snitching.
Because
But there's
someone
also
Kid
kidnapping.
Cudi snitching.
there's also
That's
kidnapping,
crazy.
Yeah,
right?
is that
That's crazy.
I'm just reading
but
from
you want
the
to know
joint.
what's crazy? Everything they got in the indictment is things that people said on the internet.
Yeah.
How much investigating did the
That's what I'm
USDA do?
saying, that
They don't have
This
to.
is
They don't-
just,
what
I
they-
really
No,
feel
no,
like
no,
this
no,
is
hold
so
on, hold on,
unnecessary.
hold on.
We're confusing a lot of issues.
First of all, the government don't go into shit based off what's on the internet.
Right.
Yeah.
Number one. Number two,
Yes,
they've
they
been
do.
investigating this motherfucker.
No,
for a
look-
while.
No, they
Yes,
mainly
finish
use
it.
that
Let
in
me
the
finish.
trial.
Yes, they do.
Trust
Yes,
me, I
they do.
know.
Let me
I was in
finish.
a recent trial.
Whatever
They do not use that.
whatever starts the investigation,
Right.
they now have to be able to prove all of it. So they're not running in there thinking that they can't prove it.
Yeah.
So don't think that their proof is going to be, well, on this
Right.
day
But
and
that's
time,
true.
there
No.
was a tweet from
When the first
XYZ.
time- when the first time you heard about
Has
the Kid
anyone
Cudi?
been following the Young Thug trial?
Hold
No.
on. Yes, I have.
That's
But-
all internet shit.
But it
That's all internet
But let me
shit.
say, that's
The
where I
whole
stopped.
shit is internet
The
shit.
first
bro.
time I heard about Kid Cudi was on the internet
Right.
years
Yeah.
ago.
But
Fact.
Yeah,
listen, and
something
the
being
internet plays a role. I
Yeah,
believe
something
that
being reported doesn't mean that, like, the
they
government...
still have to do their due
They have
diligence
to prove it, bro. Like-
procedurally. They
Yeah.
still have to do their okay. And so let's put it on. I never even talk about it, but I have a law degree. So I went to law school. I graduated. I have a law degree. So when a lot of this stuff comes out, I'm able to look at it differently. Procedurally, they still have to do their due diligence. Even if they found it out on the internet, right? They have to go interview people. They have to gather the evidence. They can't that's not going to stand in court, right? It's on the Math Hoffa show. It's not.
Bro, when the fire department pulled up
No.
to put the,
No,
to
it
put the
couldn't
car
stand on
out,
court.
when the fire department pulled up to put the car out and they had to file a report of what started the fire, they have access to that report.
But
So at
what
what point-
evidence do they have?
Yeah.
That's for them to
It could
prove.
be
And
evidence.
Did he text Kid Cudi? Boom, nigga.
Nah.
What's the evidence?
If there's
Wait.
closed circuit TV, depending on where the car was parked, if somebody saw,
So why didn't they
Wait,
hit him at that time?
we don't know
Bruh.
And this is
you don't know
all.
what evidence
Let me just
they
finish this.
have.
Let me finish this. This is all me guessing. I don't know what
No,
evidence.
no, no.
Let me just say-
Let
But
me-
what I'm telling you is, I just read off what they're going
But
after.
I'm gonna let you know this. For you know, someone who's been around plenty of people who court cases, the initial charges are always trumped up. It's always a whole bunch of shit, but it's gonna get stripped down to 1 or 2 charges that they actually have evidence on. But in the meantime, they're gonna stack that shit to make it look crazy.
But usually in a federal case, which is different than state, they have enough evidence to bring forth. They have to have enough evidence to bring
Not in
forth.
2024.
They have to have enough
not- not in
evidence to
2024.
bring forth.
Did
I'm
you
not
read it?
finished,
Okay.
but I
Right.
did start it.
Mhm.
I did start the
All
indictment.
right, but this is the thing. He got 3 counts, right? The first one, they fishing. They mentioning employees, right?
Mhm.
Security guards,
Mhm.
right? Because what they want to do now is he
Trying
trying
start
to
indicting
he
the
trying
people
to-
that came to the party.
he trying to create who's gonna tell first.
Right.
Only Diddy arrested right now.
Right.
If they had all of this information, they would have snatched Diddy up with a few other people, right? So now they trying to see who's going to tell. Look how they set it up. The first employees, I think in line 5, employees again, right? All right, we gonna start doing it. Then the Combs Enterprise. What's so important about the Combs Enterprise? How is these security guards and the employees being paid? Were they paid through the Combs Enterprise? If so, if they seen it, they are part of the indictment. This is gonna be a superseding indictment.
And that's why it's no bail. That's why they didn't give
I mean, it's not about that.
He has no bail.
They
No,
playing
no
politics
bail.
with that right now, right? Then he
Yeah.
got a whole bunch of money. If he
I feel
wanted
like
to
he got
run,
no bail 'cause
no,
he's
this
a
is look.
billionaire.
Trust me,
Or
he was on
multi-millionaire.
before he came to New York, strolling around like he was a regular citizen. He was on Miami Beach with Stevie J being weird, like
Yeah.
Stevie J
Taking
like
selfies.
this,
Right,
right?
right.
Like, all right, I see what Diddy trying to do. He trying to act like, hey, I'm not going nowhere. I'm not going to run. I'm not going to go to Bali
Right.
or where there's no non-extradition.
Right.
I'm going to comply.
Right.
They smacked him in the face today and said no bail. Where's Diddy going to go?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Where
He's not gonna be
Where
where
Diddy.
he's going to go?
Where's he gonna go that he's not gonna be
rejected-
Diddy?
They rejected the bond offer that he made, which was $50 million,
Right.
one house, his mother's
His
house,
mother's
this
house.
house,
The Miami
his
property.
passports,
Now-
and
now,
his children's.
Read down the indictment, right? See, the feds go win regardless, even if Diddy get off. They go break him financially.
Absolutely.
All of these, they got it listed in the indictment. US 18, this
Right,
and
right,
that,
right.
that. They go strip
So that's
him.
like
Can I
his
ask you a
family.
question?
That's
'Cause I
like his
don't
I know
family.
exactly how
Did
he's gonna make
Cassie
it
do,
work.
Well, but he can't do it.
Did Cassie say anything?
I want
What
to
do you-
correct. I want to correct something.
Did Cassie say anything? Because even with the Cassie situation, that was through like teen.
Now the
Did
NDA,
Cassie say anything?
Exactly.
the NDA that she signed after the settlement.
Is it
Can
reported
that-
that she signed after the settlement? Is it reported that she signed an NDA?
You know what? I don't know.
Right, that's what
I'm assuming.
that's what I'm saying.
But
Like,
usually
what the-
when a settlement happens, there is an
It
NDA.
doesn't matter when there's a federal
That's
investigation.
It was
they
superseded.
throw those
Yes.
out. They throw
Okay.
those out.
Yes.
I'm
They
confused
throw those
about
out.
that myself.
Yes,
But
it doesn't. It doesn't.
If your
this
NDA
don't make sense.
can't,
It gives that Cassie. All right, let me not say.
your
that.
NDA can't
But it
protect.
was just more.
Can't cover up a crime.
Right.
Your NDA can't stop you from
From
if there's a crime that's being
being
committed. The
committed,
NDA
exactly.
is out the window.
Exactly.
Right. Okay, so now I want to correct something. You said seeing the evidence, and you mentioned Cassie. I don't think Cassie is part of the evidence.
In this,
They're
in this
using
indictment,
that. They're
absolutely.
using that. And
They,
she
they
didn't
may
say
be
not one
using
thing.
they may be using the accusations in the lawsuit,
I was speaking specifically about the video.
but
And-
she's not evidence on sex trafficking, racketeering, or actually
Unless she claims
Yes,
to be
she
a
is.
witness.
Yes, she
the male prostitutes.
she
That's
is.
what we
The
talking
lawyer
about.
No, no, no.
put that she
in
was
her,
not-
excuse me, in her claim against him that she filed, there were
Male
accusations
prostitutes.
that she spoke about, and I read it a long time ago.
Yeah, I
So
was
she
in there.
absolutely had that in there.
I pretty much remember that part
Yes,
though.
she
Yeah.
had that in there. So of course, I
He
think
would
that
watch
that's-
her have sex with male
Other men, right.
prostitutes.
I mean, listen, Diddy is a freak, a cuckold, whatever they want to call him. That's what he is. But think about the sex trafficking. It basically, if someone is selling sex, massages, OnlyFans, and you fly them out, that's sex
Interstate,
trafficking.
because it's interstate.
That is sex trafficking. No, seriously. No.
it's as simple as that.
Guys, y'all
Just
gotta
saying,
know.
bro.
Y'all gotta know this.
It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy.
But that's how simple it is.
Y'all really have to know that for real.
What?
If you fly someone out,
Uh-huh.
if you fly someone out and you're looking to have sex with them,
With the
that is
express
sex.
purpose of having sex.
No.
That's
What?
No.
Man,
Because
what
most
does that
people,
mean, bro?
No,
Yeah,
I'm trying to tell you.
yeah.
If you specifically hit a girl, she looks good.
Right.
I want to fly her out. When I fly her out, I try straight to go have sex with her. That is sex trafficking.
That's
No,
not-
it is
not-
not.
no,
If you say
That is
most of the
love at
time-
first
no,
sight.
let me tell you.
That is
No,
love
it's
at
not.
first sight.
Let me tell you. Most men, maybe not you, maybe not y'all, but most men will be like, so what you doing when you come here? That's sex trafficking.
No, it's
No, it's
not.
not.
That's not sex
It's
trafficking.
planning
That's
an
not-
itinerary.
That's planning.
That's not
That's
sex
what that is.
trafficking. That's not sex
That's
trafficking.
not, they won't
Well,
fall
listen,
under that
guys.
definition.
I don't know about them guys, but I come from the hood.
Mhm.
And when you say what you doing, and when I'm paying for you to come here, that means they're trying to have sex with
You
you.
have
Yeah,
to
but
be,
that's not sex
But
But it's not
trafficking.
sex
you have to
trafficking.
be
Sex
way
trafficking.
more.
You
for
flew
one
me out to have sex with me.
Right.
But
If
you
I
didn't.
don't have sex with you, you're gonna get upset.
No, but
That's
it's
not me
No,
passing. That's
get put
sex
back on the
trafficking.
Nah, you know, I'm not gonna get upset.
Go back on the plane.
By statute, we should pull it up and
put
define
back
it.
Yeah.
By statute,
But no,
we
but
should
they
pull
That's
it
a
up and define
refund.
They make it so broad, like what
That's
she's
a
saying.
refund.
They make it broad, just like that.
No,
No,
it's
because-
very
They make-
No,
specific.
there-
You
there-
have
not
it
say that in
involves
court.
there's you gotta for one there's money there has to be money
exchange of
involved.
money, right?
There has to
You
be
pay
some
for the
sort of
flight.
coercion
Yes.
where you're proposing a transaction. It's a little bit more
This is
to
what
it.
they could do.
Because if that was
They
the
can say
case, bro, we all guilty.
Wait, so listen, no.
We all guilty.
No, this is what I'm trying to tell
There's
you.
women going down.
Women is
Everybody's
going down too, but that's what I'm trying to tell you. A lot of people's guilty. So if you do this, if you be like, listen, I'm gonna fly you out. Oh, I want you to wear this, and I'm gonna take this off of you, and such and such. And when you get here, and then let's say you don't do it, and I fly you back. That's a refund. That was sex trafficking.
No, it wasn't.
was
Yes, it was.
was
You
it?
just got a refund.
How?
No, it wasn't.
How?
How is that sex trafficking? You
Saying
flew me
who-
out
who
because
you-
you want to have sex.
Look, it's simple. Just make them book their
Yo,
own
Did you
flights
not?
and hotels and
Exactly.
everything.
That's what you guys need to do.
Sig-
Don't do that. Don't,
Siggy's about to
don't try to
extort
do that with me.
somebody.
But I'm just saying.
Don't you about
Own
this stuff.
flight.
She's like, you know what we
Book your own
did?
flight,
You
book
know
your
what we
own
did
room.
with sex trafficking? You want me to keep my mouth closed?
No, I don't.
I got video, so it's up to you.
Listen,
Sex
This is my
trafficking
cash app.
is the act of using force, fraud, or coercion to compel someone.
that's
to
a
part-
fraud.
No, it's
But what
not.
is
So I thought you
coercion?
got money to
Game, that
fund
game.
it.
Hold on, let him
You're
finish.
saying nothing.
Y'all
Let him
gotta
finish.
Y'all
Let him
gotta let me
finish.
finish this
Let him
sentence.
finish. Let him finish.
Sex trafficking is the act of using force, fraud, or coercion to compel someone to participate in commercial sex acts, usually in exchange for something of value.
Commercial.
What's commercial sex?
Okay,
act?
so
Word.
can I?
Commercial means you spending bread. So in other words, I'll
Oh, wow.
fly you out.
You fly me
I was about to
out.
say they got
That's
underground
It's
sex.
something.
But
or
can game be considered coercion?
Yeah,
Can what?
Game.
can game like
depends on
Like, I'm just
depends on the
smooth with it.
prosecutor.
Because you know what they said,
Look,
look,
No, you're
like-
not
look-
smooth
look up-
because if
Okay,
you
so
smooth
we'll
with
do
it,
this.
they're
No,
still
listen.
used
Look
We'll
at
do this.
look in the
that for
indictment.
hustle.
It says
They're
that
used for selling drugs.
What do you
No,
mean?
I'm with you.
Selling
I'm with
drugs.
you. We'll do this. The definition of coercion: practice of forcing another party to act in an involuntary manner by use of threats of force. So no, game can't be considered
Can I use
coercion.
an example?
Unless your game
Which
is
means
if you don't
if you
pull up.
agree, if
I'm
you
a
agree
blah,
to this,
blah,
But
blah,
listen,
blah,
listen
blah.
to what they said in the
It's not
indictment.
sex
We talking about Diddy here, right?
That's-
They said that Diddy
That's what it
promised
said.
these women relationships.
Well, no.
Diddy don't have to
There's-
promise nobody.
there's also-
Exactly. So then what? So then if we using that,
Yo.
then
There's
Diddy ain't
also
sex trafficking.
coercion. There's also coercion if I tell you that, yo, if you don't do this,
yeah.
then this won't happen, and I'll kill this opportunity, and I'll make sure you never get this, and I'll make sure you never get that. And a
Yeah.
man in a position of power can do that. It's the Weinstein all
Well,
over.
hold-
you.
hold-
Hey,
but
you
hold
want
on.
this? You
Power
want this
do
movie
that.
role? You want this movie role?
That's actually-
here's
But
what
no,
I want. For
But,
you.
That's
but Meg, you
actually
got to
blackmail.
understand. You got to
That's-
understand.
okay.
A
That's
man
blackmail.
a man in a position of power doesn't necessarily have to say that for people to think that.
I don't have to
Facts.
understand.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me.
I could be like, man, I don't give a
I
fuck about
hear
this.
you.
And you're in your head, you're like,
Bro.
now I ain't never gonna be able to podcast no place in America. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Bro.
Well, I've
Like,
been through
I-
situations.
not even think about it.
I hear you. The problem is, it's not necessarily when it becomes somebody else's definition of it. That's when you start running.
So can I
into
ask you
problems.
something? Let me ask you something. This is real stuff that happened to me, and I mean it's not sex trafficking because I ain't traveled nowhere for it. But so since you,
I went to
since
Staten
you-
Island.
yeah,
Sex trafficking.
right. I didn't travel nowhere. I called Uber or whatever. But it's like you're saying that if you say I'm gonna do this, and if I don't do this, if you don't do this, right? So I had people that like, oh, come here, do a song with me, and then I would do a song, and then it's like to put the song out, I gotta talk to them. And
Yeah.
if I don't talk to them,
That's
they don't
called-
put the song out.
That's called
and
blackmail.
then if they don't
No,
talk, and then if
that's
they don't put the
coercion.
song out,
And
they don't put the
harassment.
song out, they also get other people who's ever in their team not to like me.
That's coercion. Well, you're talking
So
about
that's-
talking about two different things. The first one, if you don't do this, then I won't
So
put the
say
song.
I travel to New
Baby
Jersey,
girl,
let-
New
let-
York. Is
let
that
him answer.
trafficking?
Do you want?
Let them answer it.
You want the answer? You
Yeah.
want to just?
I want an answer. I want
Okay,
an
the
answer.
first things first. If hey, I'll do this record with you, and it's a great record, but if you don't do X, Y, and Z, the record's never coming out. That's coercion. You're being coerced into doing something that you wouldn't do without the threat of this thing not happening hanging over your head.
Let's not forget I traveled there.
That has nothing to do with nothing. Because you went there to do a song. You didn't go there to fuck. You went there to work.
Exactly. So if I get there and I can't put the song out after I did the song,
You're being coerced to do something after the fact.
Okay.
That's coercion.
Because then you ain't want to do it under your own will, and he was trying to force you to do it
Right.
to act in something. For
no,
a
he
change.
didn't force me.
Well,
we agreed to something. We get there, he
quid
changed
pro
it.
quo.
No, he's
is what it is.
coercing
He was trying to
you. That's the word.
incentivize it.
Exactly.
He's coercing you. That's the word. If you don't do this, this bad thing or this negative thing will happen because of me.
Okay.
Or you could do this and I'll just let
Can
it
I
all fly.
recount too? Can I recount two?
That's coercion.
But what about the
Diddy's
women that
indictment?
come try to?
Hold on.
Let's recount two of Diddy's indictment, right? Sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. From at least in or about 2009 up to and including in or about 2018 in the Southern District of New York and elsewhere, the defendant in and affecting interstate and foreign commerce knowingly recruited, enticed, harbored, transported, provided, obtained, advertised, maintained, patronized, and solicited by any means a person knowing and in reckless disregard of the fact that means of force, threats of force, fraud, and coercion as described in Title 18, United States Code, Section 159, and any combination of such means will be used to cause the person to engage in a commercial sex act and attempted, aided, and abetted, and willfully caused the same, to wit, recruited, enticed, harbored, transported, and maintained a person, and attempted, aided, and abetted, and willfully caused victim one to engage in commercial sex acts, knowing and in reckless disregard of the fact that victim one was engaging in commercial sex acts as a result of fraud, force, and coercion.
No,
How many
let's be
victims?
clear on this. Let's be clear on this. All right. So basically, Diddy wasn't hit with the RICO. He was hit with the Frico. Now, the things that they said they found on the property, like, all right, let's be real. Like, they listed 50 Cent's baby mom as a sex worker.
That's
They
crazy.
didn't list her as a sex
Who?
worker. That
came from 50.
came from a lawsuit.
That came from a lawsuit, right?
filed by Little Rod,
Right.
right? That was a separate lawsuit.
Right.
Right.
Now, okay, how many like this? I
Wait,
mean,
what?
We're talking about
I'm
a
confused.
hip hop mogul, a superstar,
Right.
a man with a lot of power, but very popular.
Right.
You think that he has to force anyone to do any of this shit?
Some
And he
niggas abuse their
let's not
power,
forget, he's a good looking
But
man.
do you think
So-
that he has to force
I don't think he
anyone?
has to.
Let's think about it like this. He's used to hearing yes all the time. What happened at one time when he
But
says
remember,
no?
there's a lot of people that would say no.
We
So
don't
get
know
it
what
twisted.
happened.
But I'm saying we don't. But,
Well, it kinda seemed
But
what
we're not
happened.
going to sit here and act like, you know, he's probably hearing no all the time.
But we're also not going to sit here and act like he's always heard yes.
Yeah.
Or maybe not yes on his terms.
Because some
And
people
who knows
get
what
upset
who
with
knows
that.
what he was asking for? Like again, we're all speculating. It's all
had a-
guessing.
No, the whole charge is speculation.
Hey, Matt, he had 1,000 bottles of-
they found a lot of pink powder. It
What
wasn't
did they-
tested, but it appears to be narcotics. What if it's pink horsepower? They just had like,
The investigation.
you know what I'm saying?
I hate to say
What
this.
if
'cause
Cam
it
hit him
rhymes.
off with the mother load? Like, yo, you gonna need this, bro? Like,
I hate to
you know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
say
Cam, I ain't
this
trying to get
because
you mixed up in none of this shit, but
It's
like,
gonna rhyme. I hate to say this. The investigation is the speculation. Taking them to court means that they think they got proof. They think they can prove what they're talking about.
Or they
Yeah,
can
once-
Right.
Listen,
I think they
once the
have
feds come in-
enough evidence, and remember, beyond a reasonable doubt.
Right. And they can
Yeah,
throw a bunch of
reasonable
stuff on
doubt.
top of it, like you said.
Right.
Yo,
Because
Diddy
that's
just really
part
been
of the
through a
game.
lot in his whole
but
career.
I agree with you. I'm
Yeah.
not disagreeing with you.
right.
It makes sense for me to paint you out as a monster. It makes sense. I'm trying to win. I'm not trying to lose. I didn't come in here to lose. I came in here to win. The more stuff I pile on top of your neck to make you look terrible in the eyes of the public that is coming in here to give a verdict, it's a good thing for me.
Like like 1,000 bottles of lube.
It looks
Okay.
crazy. And listen.
But I'm
On
just
that,
trying to-
on that,
Okay,
on
okay.
that,
Stay
on
on
that.
that.
Why
Stay
did
on
they
that.
count?
Stay
They
on that.
counted them.
When did they-
On
They
that.
counted them though.
On that.
It was
On
like
that.
1, 2,
On that.
4.
If I'm a mogul,
It's like 1,000 bottles.
if I'm a
Stay on
mogul,
that.
if I'm a mogul, I'm a powerful man. Sex is constantly available to me. I have that kind of access, I'm not going to the store every time I need to get it. I'm going to have them send me the bulk shit. I'm going to keep it in the
It's just gonna be here.
That's
on
super
hand.
easy.
On hand.
But if you are an average, everyday, 9 to 5, working individual, and you hear that somebody got 1,000 bottles of lube,
Right.
it sounds
Crazy
crazy.
to you.
Let
And
me-
that's
Until you
part
think it
of
through,
the strategy.
And that's exactly what they
That's part of the strategy, right? To do something in the court of public opinion.
Like, was it closed or open?
Right? Because they're gonna use it as
Don't matter.
evidence, and they're gonna
Yeah.
have to put it out there. But that's part of tarnishing his image.
Yo, you
his
think the
legacy.
feds was taking pictures by it? Like,
Let me
1,000
ask y'all,
bottles
let me
right
ask
here.
y'all a
Like, we
question.
got it. Like,
Let me ask y'all a
they
question.
walking out like
Bottles.
exhibit 1, exhibit 2, exhibit
Matt,
999, exhibit 9.
Matt,
Yo,
let me
what
ask y'all
the
a question. Do y'all think this indictment come down if Diddy had that 2008 political energy, get out the vote and stuff like that? Because I think about stuff like that too.
Right.
If he was out there for Biden when Biden first ran and out there for Kamala, would these indictments would have came?
You know what? I think so.
From the hood?
But let
Hell
me
yeah.
let
You
me
think so?
also.
Don't care about
You
that.
Well, I
said
think so.
No.
Oh,
you
Kim,
said 2008, which is interesting because in that indictment
it
they
starts in
say
2008.
on and about 2008. Now, you guys all know they've probably looked way into his
I be like,
cases that have been going on since the early 90s. And there's all these things that have happened that people speculate about him being involved in when it comes to violence or whatever it is.
Right.
But they didn't put any of that in there.
No.
That means they don't have enough to prove any of that stuff.
But
Right.
so then
They
that,
started at 2008.
Yeah.
And there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that.
How
I
many
feel like-
people from 08 are still in power to influence anything?
It don't matter, they still got their story.
It's not the people, it's the party.
But that's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about.
The Democrats is in power.
Those people shift around. They switch
Bro,
jobs.
bro.
People start by doing
No, they didn't.
one.
Some of them became
Kamala was
rappers,
a
some of them
prosecutor.
became-
Then she was in Congress. Now she's the VP.
That-
What I'm saying is, as her power as a prosecutor ain't the same as her power as
No,
a
but what I
VP.
try to tell people,
But if I need a prosecutor on my side to drop this charge, is she still making calls back to that office that she hasn't been in? And I'm just using that as an example.
Right.
You dig what I mean? Trump, real estate, reality shows, government. If I need him to get me a show on television, can he still make a call? The people in the network might not be there anymore. Those same people move and shift and get. I was a journalist. If you need me to do a music review, bro, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not even in that field. I wouldn't even know who to call to help you get that now.
Right.
The one person I knew who was over at Double XL ain't over there no more. So you see what I'm saying? In that regard, if what I need done to shield me from whatever is happening, my contacts is from 08, those 08 contacts probably can't help me in 2024.
Right.
so, see, for
But-
me,
but- okay.
I look at it a little different. I don't look at the individual people when it comes to politics. I look at the party. because everybody is figureheads.
What's in it for me is what you should be asking as the party. Okay, I'm now the new person in position to help you get out from under this indictment. What's in it for me? Because 2024 Diddy can't offer me.
I'll be honest with you. I think that's why the propaganda has to go out first, to make everyone who could protect you back up off you.
Sure.
Great point.
Like, I can't help you with this one, man. You're not looking good out here. And if we talking voting power, bro, you ain't got it right now. You know what I'm saying? So
what did Kim
there's
say?
no favors that you could do for me that you know.
That goes back around to what Kim said. Strategy. You got to start. The whole thing, you have to remember, you're fighting the fucking enemy. If you read Sun Tzu, this is part of it. This is like out of the playbook, bro. Before we even get started, I'm gonna make sure you can't fight me fair. Before you even know you in a fight,
it's like Gladiator.
We ain't even at the court yet.
Right before he went outside.
Exactly. Before while he's in the lift on the way up. Take that. And now you bleeding on it, bro. Before we even get to court, I'm making sure that I'm walking out this bitch a winner. You're not winning. I'm gonna do all this other shit. Diddy, in his own way, did that exact same thing. You on the beach acting normal. You in Harlem acting normal. G-Dep came in here, talked to us, sat right in this chair and told us, yo, my conversation with Diddy was good. You know, we had a good conversation. Talked about this, that. No, I never had no problem with my publisher. I had my lawyers got.
I remember G-Dep went into jail for his shit. Nothing to do.
And
so you know what I'm saying? Like he just happened
Diddy.
to blow. Yeah, because he happened to blow.
Had the conversation in Harlem. He was running around campaigning before we get to court. I'm gonna be in New York. I'm gonna make myself look good to New Yorkers. Why? Because the jury pool is coming out of New York. I need to ingratiate myself back. And that's just a smart move. It doesn't matter if it's true or not. It only matters what you can prove. Right. The government believes they can prove it. They don't spend this kind of money that it takes to do this shit to not go get have this man, not have him locked, to have him walk away.
Right.
You think they gonna break him financially? Bro, newsflash. Diddy is one of the top 10 most famous people on earth. Take all of his money right now. He'll turn around, do a book deal, and be back up.
Exactly.
And everybody will go buy that book. If he starts it from point A to point B, he will be back up. And everybody knows it. Their win is getting him in jail.
Why would they buy that book?
Say it again?
Why would they buy that book?
You wouldn't want to hear about all the shit that he might say.
People want to know Joe.
Now, I just want to be clear. Are you insinuating that Diddy had some shit to say that may shock the public?
Yeah, he do.
Even if it didn't shock the public, you would want to hear what he had to say.
Definitely.
What if the book was a walkthrough about
him
being investigated? What if he painted a picture of men in dark suits watching my house? I'm being followed from this place to this place. I hear phone clicks when I pick my phone up. This started happening. That started happening. You would want.
My little bottles is missing.
It's a movie. And this audience is entertained by.
He been saying shit like that on the Biggie albums.
What if his whole book was "You're nobody till somebody kills you"?
Right.
In book form.
Right. He been
what
saying
if that
that
was
on
the
the album.
whole book? They're coming to get me, y'all, and I saw it coming. And
No Way Out.
That.
Manifestation.
No Way Out.
What if?
That was the album, right? That was the name of the album.
No Way Out.
You wouldn't buy that book just to see what he said? You'd buy that book just to see what he said.
I'd definitely wait for the movie.
I don't know, bro.
If somebody gave me,
once it gets to the 1,000 bottles of lube part, I'm probably gonna put the book down.
That's late.
I don't need to know this.
Yo, you are really stuck on this lube.
That's
not what you're supposed to be.
I'm just saying. For them to list that, like, yo, we found mad pink powder.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
They're painting a picture of him as a sexual degenerate and a predator. If you are a soccer mom,
here's the issue.
And you break out lube twice a year for your husband, one on his birthday, one on Valentine's Day.
Why you can't break out lube? Maybe the girls don't get wet. That's not freaky.
And then you hear about somebody got 1,000 bottles, and you only breaking that out twice a year. You gonna look at him like, yo, what the fuck is he doing?
We look at him like he's single.
Free go.
You look at him like he's single.
Let's be clear.
Wait.
It's no secret.
It's Diddy.
He's been having
cities.
He's been having wild parties. Everybody talks about, oh, Diddy party. Ain't nothing like a Diddy party and all that. Celebrities, so many celebrities are saying it. the place where they confiscated all this footage that they're talking about, and they claim they have so many people in this footage. The house is owned by Bad Boy Films. To me, that sounds like
Anybody could have
when
been.
you step in this door, just know you're walking on a set.
Why Hugh
And
Hefner
I have
can do it
to-
and not Diddy?
I'm just saying, I have the, it's my right. I can record
Well, that's just the name
anything
of the
that happens
corporation.
here.
that
We
owns
gotta
the
go back
property.
to the loop
that
for
could
a
be-
second.
Yeah, but hold on. But then where are the tapes coming from? And they reported when they searched the house, there were not thousands, but there were hidden cameras in almost every room.
Well, what I'm saying is when they walked into the house,
Yeah, that's
the
diabolical.
address didn't say such and such and such and such Bad Boy Films. Like they didn't know they were walking into a
course not.
property owned by
Right.
Bad Boy
Of course
Films.
And it says that people were being recorded. This is the accusation or allegation that people were being recorded like without their knowledge. Is that correct?
Right.
I think the thing about the lube that
Like
they're
having
trying
sex with them.
to insinuate, right? By putting out that he needed so much lube, they're trying to insinuate. There's a hole that doesn't get wet. Let's just be honest. There's a hole that doesn't get wet. Am I incorrect? 'Cause
She's talking about the ass for
No,
you don't.
no,
That, for
no.
those that,
So-
for
no,
those
no.
that don't know.
So
Talking about the butt.
never mind.
That'll probably
Never
get him out.
mind.
That'll probably get him out of
Never
trouble.
mind.
Yo, not gonna lie, that's an Ayo pause.
This is
But
gender.
listen, is that tell me because
No,
tell me if I'm right or wrong.
I'm not the person to ask.
I just
Kim.
want to know because I don't know either. So maybe someone has to
Look,
school me on
he
it.
could have had,
So what
he
are
could
they
have had
trying?
dancers wrestling
are
in
they
a tub of lube,
trying
I don't
bro.
understand the lube.
Like, let's be real.
Driving.
All the baddies you have, you had to use lube. So
We
now
know-
I'm getting you.
we
I'm
know-
with you
Right.
right
No,
now.
No, that's the
That's what I was
insinuation.
trying to say when you were talking before.
No, I
You was
get it.
like,
We just
but
didn't
it's-
understand
but
when we
when
get
it's
it.
wet.
You-
I'm like, she's
You
not
should have said
getting
no.
it.
There's a gender that doesn't get wet. That's what you should have said.
No. You ain't wanna get-
No,
Cause it's
there's
girls.
a hole.
It's good.
What?
That's still a hole.
What?
The
Girls
girl,
have
if
the hole
the
too.
girls have that same hole.
Right.
I know what you're saying,
You don't
but
have to go straight to that. You could go to
Here's-
it's a girl.
Okay,
And
All right,
moving
all
off
right.
the hole.
yeah. Let's get out the hole. Let's get
Well,
out of the hole.
this was why
Whoa.
I think that the narrative of
Yeah, it's the
needing
insinuation.
so much lube or baby oil or whatever it was, Johnson & Johnson is trending, right? Like, so people are saying stuff. I'm not making this up.
No, it
Johnson
paints
&
him
Johnson
as
is
a
trending.
degenerate. It paints him as
But why?
Right.
Let me ask you a
Thank
question.
you.
Why
Thank you.
didn't they have the picture there? They had a picture of 3 AR-15s and nothing else.
Well, because
Right, 'cause
that's
they wanted
the
to
most
make him look
serious.
dangerous.
Yeah, that's violence and
I just
The-
feel like
the lube is like-
magazine.
You know what came to mind when I read the lube
Sex,
shit?
money, and guns.
No,
sex, money, and violence.
what was that movie with Will Ferrell when they went back to a fraternity?
Stepdad.
No,
No.
not boy. You're my blue. You my boy, blue. Old school.
Old school.
Thank you.
Old
Thank you.
Old school. And they had the whole tub thing where they had all the lube in the tub and the chicks was wrestling with the old dude and he caught a heart attack and all that shit. Like, that's what came to mind. So it was like, okay, whatever.
Something else to
You know
keep
what I
in
mean?
mind. You don't need people. People don't need to give you consent when you step in your house. If you have cameras going on in your house, you don't need consent.
All
Right.
right.
It's your
All right.
property.
Right.
I just
People have
automatically
security
think people
cameras
got
in the
Nah,
house.
like
So-
if it's cameras in the bathroom, people going to use the bathroom.
Bro,
that's out of line.
if you are in my home,
Yeah.
it's
I can
my
record whatever I
property.
want.
I can
That's
record
crazy.
where, because I don't know where you're gonna do something that
But
may
that's what I'm
incriminate
trying
me.
to say.
Right.
Like,
If you
that's
go in my
not-
bathroom and sniff pills,
Or
I need to be able to say,
hide a
hey,
gun.
or hide a
Right.
gun.
Yeah.
I need to be,
Right.
and we talking about. I hate doing this because it's all guessing, and I hate guessing. But we're talking about a powerful man who has a lot of enemies. If somebody went in my bathroom and hid a gun for somebody else to pull up later, or somebody stashed some drugs and called the cops and say, "Hey, I found a whole bunch of coke in the bath," I need to
Right.
be able to prove that you put that shit there.
We found
If
a
I'm
quarter brick
Diddy-
under the sink. Why the fuck would I put it there?
Yeah, but when the cops
what the
show
fuck?
up, we had this discussion the other day about guns in the car.
Right,
Hey, listen, whose guns are these? It's his car. Done deal. Period. Stop. Hard stop. That's why you're careful about who you let in the car. That's why you're careful about who you let in the house. If I'm Diddy and I'm worth like $1 billion, and I know I got enemies because I don't do business correct all the time, and there's people mad at me over speculation or whatever, my cameras in my house are every corner. There's no place you can go where
And
I
that's
can't
what's
see what you
expected
do.
by
cameras
some
in the
people,
swimming
though.
pool?
Bro, Wherever you can do
everywhere
something
can
that's
do
gonna be
something
nuts,
simple.
Yeah.
I'm putting the camera. If you
Facts.
stash a gun in my pool and it's an illegal gun, what if it's got hollow points and the serial is shaved and here come the cops and I get a year for every bullet in the
Well,
fucking.
Mac, you did say that they labeled the house as a business, right?
Right.
No,
So-
he said that.
No,
But
it is.
labeled
It's
his
under
own.
Bad Boy Film.
That's not his own.
No, that's not
Right.
true. That's not true. Any residence or property that I own, I can have cameras in for security. You walk into,
in the bathroom.
bro.
I know somebody that got arrested recently for having a camera in their bathroom.
No, you probably know him.
No, that was probably a public.
No. It was their home.
No,
It
you
was that.
probably
Yeah, you could get
probably
arrested
know
for that.
somebody who got
That's
arrested
violating
for what he
somebody,
did with the
privacy.
footage that was taken of somebody in the bathroom.
Right.
Like that's a different swing. And again, I'm guessing. I don't have a law degree.
Okay, yeah,
could be
because I was
dead
gonna
wrong.
say, is that the law in every state? Because when
And
I
that's
Google
exactly
it,
what I
right,
was about
like
to say.
different states have different laws. So when I Google it, it says security cameras, and this is just Google. Don't trust Google either all the time. But security cameras are allowed on your own property. However, it is illegal to record anyone without their consent in places where there's an expectation
That means you're supposed to.
of privacy.
That means you're supposed to let them know, like, yo,
Yes.
there's a camera in the
over
bathroom.
there.
What
Right.
state is that?
Okay.
That's just in general, right?
Now, if
So,
this
like,
property is owned by a film company, do you still have the same expectation?
Yes, you got to let them know.
I say no.
Why? I could be shooting scenes in the bedroom.
Could be
So there's a
shooting
camera
scenes
in the
You
bedroom.
could be shooting scenes in the
It
bathroom.
depends on what state, though.
So where there is an expectation of privacy could be also, and let me say this for the men out there, it could be your bedroom, because I can argue it's an expectation of privacy
Yeah,
when
that's
I'm
a
doing
fact.
certain
We
things
could
in your
argue
bedroom.
that.
But can you
cannot
argue that
film
on-
me while I'm in here.
We
Right?
have to
Can
have
you
consent.
argue that
Ladies,
on a
when you
film
walk
set?
in the room,
Checked for them cameras.
when you
because
walk
trust
in
me,
the room, say it out loud. I do not consent or agree to be
to be in film. That's a fact.
for any reason. Just
Because
say
people
it.
be having
Just
cameras
say
in
it.
their house, and that's what
Just
they
say
use.
They be
Yeah,
having
I
it
do
right in
that.
that little Teddy
Ladies,
Ruxpin.
Like I
Say
went
it.
to so many people's
Just to be
houses and they
safe.
have cameras everywhere. Like I would walk because I know how to peep cameras.
So-
So they have little mini cameras that you think you can't see.
So for those,
Right.
and
right.
you have to say
Just
that.
playing
Say it. You don't
So
have
that-
to say it. You
so
should
that-
say
Right.
it. Just to be clear, you don't have to say it, because if you can prove that you had an expectation of privacy, I did not consent to be filmed in this.
But what
And
about
now
the-
a sex
but-
tape is coming
And
out.
now
you
it's a sex tape.
You thinking that you just was
Taken to
intimate
court.
with your person,
And
and now
taken
the
for
sex tape
everything
is
that
coming out
happens.
because they recorded you and probably got mad at you.
But what
that's
about
why
the
you have to-
what
Revenge
about the
porn.
women?
There's
But
laws against
what
that.
about the women
Right,
that's
but that's
like
my point.
Yeah.
that's having sex with these men and hollering rape, knowing it was consensual?
Oh, okay, that's where your cameras are still coming. But then when
So
she
wait,
said,
what,
when
what?
she
I
said,
don't understand the
that's protecting
Meaning,
you too.
all right,
No,
there's
but-
women out here that do that.
Right.
Everything is consensual.
But Jack,
Right.
this is where you have to say to them, do you consent to what's
Especially
about
if
to
you
go
film
down?
Right.
We about
Yeah,
to
but
get
he's
crazy.
saying he have his camera
With like 5 bottles
for
of
that
Lou.
because they might.
So you're saying you want to protect yourself by having a camera to
There's
show
a lot of
consensual.
people that you know what I'm saying,
No,
they
that's
save
a fact.
themselves from having them cameras running in their cribs. From women that, he
Yeah,
raped me.
he violated me.
He touched me. He
Cannot
did this and he
film
did that.
Why the hell do
women
you go
doing
through that as a
those
man,
acts.
No, but women do that
No,
though.
women do stupid
they
shit
do.
like that.
No.
There's an
I know
expectation
that,
of privacy.
that they do that.
in
It
that
is.
Men
situation.
do.
I get
Men
it.
probably do it too.
Ladies, if you're going into a house where you think you might be filmed and you don't want to, don't mess with that dude. Fellas, if there's a woman who you think might holler that shit after y'all get done, you don't know her well enough, don't have her in the house.
And just get one girl. Just
No, that's not true. Guys, don't listen to because you want to know why.
Wait, don't listen to me. Go
No,
get a woman who you
no.
think might scream and bring her in the house.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that
We all
for
got the
his
cameras
reason,
out, nigga.
for his
Hey,
reason and
so
different
tough.
reasons, sometimes
Y'all,
it
you
makes
looking
sense
over
to have
there?
cameras in the house.
Wait, I'm sorry.
What type of party?
Hold on. I can't. Go ahead.
I said for some reasons, like what he said and what she said, sometimes it's safe to have cameras in the house. Then what she said to be protective, say this thing.
Just say it
But
out
it's like,
loud.
I'm not saying if you have a camera in your house, I'm not gonna talk to you because I don't know why you have
No,
it.
what I'm
It may
saying
be
is if you
different
think
Right.
that this is a
you probably went through
possibility.
some stuff and you got to protect
Yeah.
What I'm
yourself.
saying is if you think either one of these things are a possibility,
Don't even
just
do
go
it.
home.
Just have a conversation or
Just
just
go
don't go
home.
too crazy.
Just go home.
Listen,
You know what?
man.
Just go home.
What does that
100
conversation sound like? Hey, sweetheart, once we get done with this, you gonna tell people that I took
No,
it,
hey,
or
sweetheart,
what?
turn the
How
fucking
this
camera
gonna go?
off when we're about to get.
Or listen, my man, after we finish
Right.
jumping it off, you gonna show this to your friends or what?
No,
Like, how
tell
this
them
gonna
to turn
go?
the
You shouldn't be
camera off when
filming
you do it.
anybody. You shouldn't be
That's-
filming
but that's-
anybody without
what?
their consent.
But
Without the
Without
consent.
their
Yeah, without their
consent.
That's
consent.
it. Once we
That's-
know,
that's cool.
turn your
Crazy.
camera off. When I leave, you could turn your camera back on. Period.
Right?
Yeah, and let me check your phone so I can see you really don't
sign
have
this
me.
paper.
Sign this
Everything's getting
NDA.
I want you to sign an NDA too.
Okay,
cool.
so you bring yours,
Yeah,
I'll bring mine, we'll
tell
get a
nobody.
notary.
Right, and
Yeah,
we
tell
gotta throw
nobody.
the recording out.
No,
yeah.
before we jump off, you come out here in your underwear. I'm in my drawers. We'll get the notary. We'll make it nice and unsexy. We'll sit down.
Right before we walk into
You sign yours,
No,
I'll
but
sign mine.
unfortunately, that's the era
That's
that
what
we're
we're
at.
headed to.
The contract before sex.
You can't trust
You
people
got to keep your
nowadays.
mouth shut. If I don't do a good
can't.
job, you can't run around telling everybody.
Oh, that's
Especially if
crazy.
you're a
No,
lit
that's-
nigga, you
that's
can't trust
diabolical.
nobody.
One at a
If-
time.
I
One
should
at
be
a
able
time.
to tell and warn people.
If you're a little fishy, I can't tell nobody. We'll keep it nice. We'll keep it nice and even. Everybody do their 1, 2. Here's your
It
pin.
be
Here's
the
my
women
pin.
that be doing all the telling, bro. That
It
shit
do.
is
It be meant to.
crazy.
Nah,
it be-
y'all be
Nah, there's a lot of
tripping.
sassy men out here.
Yeah.
that talk.
Yeah, true. But you
Crazy.
know, women
Listen,
talk too much.
Don't
Listen.
sleep with those guys.
Listen, everybody.
Right.
If you think they
Listen,
gonna tell,
everyone
don't
become like
lie.
Lori
Man.
Harvey and make you sign the NDA.
What?
Yeah.
How we get on this from sex trafficking?
Speaking of sex trafficking,
Lori
you had an
Harvey,
idea the other
Lori
day.
Harvey is smart. She loyal.
you had an idea the other day.
Oh yeah. So okay, look, I have this idea, and it's on camera twice.
She said she gonna sign me.
So look, you know a lot of people.
Nah, go ahead.
So okay, maybe not today, but you know, I walk in places and people want to have sex with me. So I thought of like something with money besides being a prostitute, and I'm gonna make a pocket pussy.
Those are
So
invented.
confused.
I know it is. I
I don't-
never said
I
I'm
don't give-
invented it. I said I'm
Oh.
gonna make one. You heard
Oh,
me
you
say
want
that.
like a mold of yourself?
Listen,
Gonna do a mold of myself.
Do you want a number to the people who do that?
Do I want the number?
To the people who do that?
No, I don't. I know I can do. I know how to do.
No, I mean the people who do the molding.
No, I know who to do. I know.
oh,
you have-
you
you have the
know.
contact.
Oh, Mec, you know.
I'm trying to tell you. No, it's not a hidden
Mec about to
thing.
go
That's
down
not-
next, y'all.
I keep trying to
He's
tell
about
Matt
to
it's not a hidden
get
hidden
hit with the
thing.
Frico next.
It's not a Frico thing, but it's money. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Yeah, it's not new.
So it's not new.
They
People
got
been doing it.
dildos out
They
here.
have dildos. They have this stuff.
And they
already.
have,
The
they have a lot of
moldings and all
they have a lot of
that. My
famous,
stuff.
lot of famous
Right.
porn
So
star
when
women.
when I
porn
walk
star
in
women,
and people
you
is imagining me, you have a pocket pussy. You could go in the bathroom.
yeah,
You can do what you do.
You can sell your
And that's
box.
that. And then I can do, you know, if you want to do it, I can manage y'all.
Niggas be like, yo, I hit that. I
They
can't.
can say, I hit that. Now that's the time, but they got the pocket pussy. That's it. And I'm making money. I'm
Yo, I
making
smoked that
millions.
bitch. You heard, bro? I got one.
Yeah.
Yo, you want to hit it too?
We're in a whole. All right.
There you
So,
go.
no, okay.
What topic are we on right now?
What era are we in? Like that's
We're
really
on
the question.
2024.
Yo,
What
that's
era are we
crazy.
in?
That's what we on. We're on 2024.
If you, I mean, it's getting down to the point where people are finding pretty much anything.
People are
to
doing
make
sex
a
dummies.
dollar
Are we done?
off of.
Like
Right.
2020 was a big thing.
Pretty much
People
anything.
Fucking sex dummies.
And if I, you know, if you know, I meet a woman and I'm not necessarily interested, but she's interested, but I can, you know, get $69.99
Yeah, hold that.
out of pocket. Like,
Exactly. Hold
what's
that.
so wrong with that? Is that a bad thing? 'Cause
That's the same thing. What
you
I'm
know.
saying, if I'm not attracted to you and you being weird or whatever the
That
case
sound
may
like
be,
sex trafficking.
well, guess what?
yeah,
It's
but if
not.
you ship it to them, is it sex?
I'm
That's
ship-
the question.
What if I throw it at them? I'm
If you
gonna
ship
throw
it to them,
That's- that's sex
if you
trafficking.
throw it and you're like, yo.
Yo, you trafficking in sex. That's, you know, you can't do that.
Oh man, I will say this.
It's already happening now.
Desperate
So that's
times
what I'm
call
saying.
for desperate measures.
It's not
Yup.
desperate. It's been happening.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Desperate
I
times
mean, it's
call
a form
for
of
desperate
prostitution
measures.
at the end of the
It
day.
is, though.
If you
can-
either
if
you
you-
want to be a prostitute
If
or
you
you
sell,
don't.
if you can sell a
What about
vibrator-
OnlyFans? Is that?
That is. OnlyFans is prostitution too.
Yeah,
Prostitution.
Depends on
OnlyFans.
what you're doing on
Instagram
there.
is prostitution.
No, it's not.
Are you
OnlyFans is.
dumb? There's people doing sexy pictures. They're getting millions of likes. There's people jerking off to their pictures, screenshotting it. It's prostitution. What are you talking about?
Prostitution. That's not prostitution.
That's not
If you
prostitution.
know,
You can't
I'm
get
gonna
locked
take
up
a
for
That's
that.
not in the
Hold on,
Yo, that's
hold
not
on,
in the dictionary.
Hold on. Because if OnlyFans could be prostitution, so can Instagram.
Remember
if
what I
you're
said
taking a
about the
picture
laws
in a
catching up
certain
to
thing with your
technology?
breast showing, because there's people who do it with no bra on Instagram.
They flag you, don't they?
No, they don't. They don't flag everybody.
Yes, they. Oh,
Are you crazy? We're looking at. We even seen Beyonce naked on a horse. Are you dumb?
I ain't see that.
It was
Pull
for
that
her
up.
album.
I was really.
It was for her album. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. They pick and
You
choose
seen
what
that,
they
man?
want to do.
Oh,
It was. She
So
was
I
butt
just-
naked on a horse for her album.
so I can be like on a mountain.
So
and
what
it's
I'm
like,
trying to tell you is,
artistic.
and because they put glitter on it and it was Beyonce, it's the same thing.
That's actually
But
fire.
it's no disrespect.
prostitution.
It's not
It's
prostitution.
not prostitution.
But what I'm saying is,
That's
it's the
art.
same thing
It's art.
as it's not.
Yep.
Then we can say the same thing as art of me molding my vagina.
No, it's
No,
not.
No, I
To sell
mean,
it.
look at the statues in Rome. Like that's art, right?
That's
like
art, and
it's,
their penis
so it's,
be out.
it's how you
Their
look
penis be
at-
It's how you
right?
present it.
right. It's like how you
Do their
look at
penis not be out?
nudity.
It's also.
When
it's
they-
also
when
for the
fit-
Just
purpose-
wait. Nudity
bugging?
is not prostitution, though. It's like how you look at nudity, right?
For
You
the
can't just be
purpose.
like, yeah. So what purpose are you using it for? Are you selling it, or you know what I'm saying?
They're selling it.
Yeah, but
Most
that-
people
hold on,
are
but
selling
But then you
it.
have people that would argue.
Most people are
Sex
putting
is
it
an
out to
art.
sell it so that people
Sex
can.
can be an art.
Yeah.
Sex
Hold
can
on.
be an art.
Hold on.
We're not.
Going,
You're off. We're off
Yeah,
the
we're
rails
going in a bunch
right
of different
now.
directions. Artistic nudes
What-
are not made for the purpose of having sex or achieving orgasm. A pocket pussy 100%.
No,
is.
no. A pocket pussy
totally
definitely.
separate
A
things.
pocket pussy definitely is going to be that. But so you're telling me if I send to someone in prison my nude,
What's
Or,
the
hold
purpose?
on, hold
What's
on.
the purpose? That's
the
that's
purpose
question.
is I took a picture.
No, what's the
No.
purpose
No,
of you sending
no.
money?
Not
on
just
his-
taking
No,
the-
no. Listen to me.
All right, let's get off the
No,
subject.
no. Let me say this. I took the picture. I took a bikini picture.
Mhm.
It happened to be put in a magazine.
Mm-hmm.
The magazine happens to be sold to people in prison, also in the train station, also in
Right.
magazine
Pornography.
places.
Sex trafficking.
Right?
No, but
it's
it's not pornography.
I took a bathing suit picture.
But
bathing
but,
suit.
I
but
took
now
a
it's being
bathing suit
used.
picture, not a
Okay.
naked picture.
Okay.
But it happened to be sold in the
Okay.
prisons, in the train stations, in the magazine place.
And they find their own use
Someone
for it.
from prison, when they grab it, all of them actually from prison, when they grab it, oh shit, titties. Oh shit, this.
That's
You get what I'm saying? Most people would take it as, well, you took a picture like
If
that, so
somebody
you wanted that.
repurposed your picture,
There's some people that think it's bathing suit, but there's some people that say, oh my God, you had that on? You know what you was taking that picture for.
what were you
So
taking
it
the picture
depends.
for?
I took a picture for the bathing suit.
Okay, so
I'm
that
telling
means
you.
so that means
But
if somebody
some-
hold
but
on, wait,
how
I'm
they
answering
take
your
it is
question.
different.
I'm answering your question. What you're doing is conflating purposes, and that purpose and intention is everything. If you took it because you look great in a bathing suit
Right.
and you're being paid to take a picture in a bathing suit, and somebody sees that picture of you in a bathing suit and they repurpose the picture for sexual, that's not your
No,
intention.
that's not
and
what
that-
I'm saying.
Stop. That is what you said.
No,
you said
it's
so.
not.
You said you took the picture. Somebody
I
had it in
took the
prison
picture,
and did
but
this.
now
with
the
it.
person who owns the magazine
I
starts selling
literally
it.
just said that.
Right, but they sold it to
Their-
the people.
their
So hold on.
When they send it
Has
to the
nothing
people in
to do with
prison,
it.
it's for
Yeah.
them to do sex.
Their
stuff.
purpose. No.
But wait.
Hold on,
Yes,
let
it
me
is.
finish. The purpose of selling the magazine is to make
Mac, you're
money.
arguing
If
it.
somebody takes the photo and repurposes it for whatever it is they want to do, that's their intention. One intention is money, one intention is beauty and art, and the other intention is sex. But you can't be held responsible for this person's intention with your photo. That's the difference. That's what they'll argue.
So
and
then
that's
we
why
can
it's
say
not
for the pocket
prostitution.
pussy, a person might take it and be like, "This is art.
No,
I don't want to do nothing with it. It's art. I want to hang it up in my wall." There's people like we can't say that.
do that.
Everyone is different.
We can't do
with
that.
their mindset.
Ain't
No,
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 We
no,
know
we
if
can't
you
do that.
sell- if you
No
send
pussy
to
going
a
on
prison,
my wall.
but listen, people be weird. Trust me. When people,
I believe that.
when
She knows
people,
weird people.
trust me, I do. So when people sit there and send a magazine to the prison with half of your clothes on, you think they just trying to show the bathing suit?
You
Or
know
they
there's
trying
a
to
lot
show
of-
here's
you know there are
here's
prisons that
something
don't
that
let
you
you
can
have
feel
those
good.
kind of photos
Come
in
on,
there.
bro. Like
Listen,
we know this. We're not dumb.
You know what? And I feel what you're saying because if I had 1,000 bottles of lube, it'd probably because I want
we're
to do a
back to
slip
the
and
lube.
slide down a mansion hallway.
Exactly.
You dig what I'm saying? It ain't even gotta be nothing sexual. I just wanna just have fun. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But it looks crazy. But lube is perfect.
But it
for
looks
right?
crazy.
Nah, let me stop.
All right. Innocent till proven guilty. Even though, you know how I look out here. It's crazy.
But we can't kick a black man while he's down, though. There's a lot of people saying it's all.
No.
And a lot
But
of people
let's be
don't come
clear.
from the slums to where he at, so that's why that's blowing minds. I know he made mistakes, but
what I don't understand is it's not. Yeah, there were no ambulances. There was no one. Well, I can't say in every situation, but why does stuff like this get the feds' attention? Like,
Because
what is
there's
But not
money
Jeffrey Dahmer.
involved.
Mhm.
A lot of money.
A lot of
A
money.
lot of money.
There's a lot of money. It's a high profile. They
Mhm.
look great when they slam dunk a high profile case.
Especially black.
You heard what he said. The DAs.
If that's the case, there's a former president right now
Trump.
who has no.
who Obama?
Not, I'm not even talking about Trump.
You talking about
Who has a
Obama?
sexual assault case against him, and
Oh,
no
no.
one's talking about it.
That's also
The
Trump.
feds are not on him.
Bush.
No one talks about Charlie Sheen giving
But
people
you know,
HIV.
what you brought up earlier. Look, Matt, what you brought up earlier as far as like why they charged him in New York and stuff. The feds, they want bragging rights. They take down Diddy. This guy is the man. They could charge him anywhere in the United States, technically. Right? But he said that, look, we got the prestige. We took this person. They named Epstein.
Mm-hmm.
We took Epstein down. Now we could do Diddy. We got the jurisdiction for it. We got the manpower. We got everything. So, everything is politics, man. All this is politics at the end of the day.
Right.
And I also want to go back to what we were saying in the beginning, how it isn't funny, because it's not. There's a lot of people making a lot of jokes, right? And I get it. I love jokes. Some of the jokes about certain things are funny. I didn't find nothing funny from what happened last night till now. It's not funny. It is a cultural stain on us as a hip hop community. We lifted him up crazy.
He gave us
years.
Biggie. He gave us Craig Mack. He gave us 112.
And it's important for
Mace.
us to
Facts.
notice that, because they're making an example of him. And it's a message to us also, right? So I think, we have to do a better job of policing ourselves. And we don't do that.
Right.
We can go all the way back to the hip hop cops. They've been watching, you're like, why him? They've been watching all of us for a long time. Feds used to call us Source Magazine when we were up there.
Yeah.
Feds used to call us Source.
No. I remember in the early days, I'm talking about Smack DVD days, I'm shooting a video in the hood and like 7 squad cars pull up and they're like, Mav. And I'm like,
power and influence.
And they're like, yeah, we watch the Smack DVDs. Why are you watching the Smack DVDs?
They understand, they know, they have a better sense than we do about how much power and influence, and influence is a key word, these
We're the
individuals
most
have on
influential.
us.
I remember
If Puff is in a good place and he says, everybody meet me, look at what happened with homeboy, Keyz in Union Square. Everybody meet me on 14th Street.
Right now.
That
42nd.
influence.
he got that power, yeah.
It was 14th.
It was 14.
It was
right.
14,
14.
yeah.
Union
Not
Square.
correct.
Right.
14.
Yeah.
I know. I read a little bit.
Yeah.
So they understand
Right.
how much power we have, and that someone like a Puff can make one statement and an entire hip hop community can come together and do something.
But they also know that we go against each other too.
Well, that's the divide and
That's
conquer.
a big thing
That's
that
also
we-
the divide and conquer.
Right.
That
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying we have to bear a responsibility for it, right? Because there's a lot of people that knew what was going on.
Yo,
Right.
OD. That's
And
what's
that's
really
what
blowing
they're
my mind about this
saying.
whole case.
Notice what they said in that press conference today. One of the things that I picked up on was that he said, last year, 2023, we gave this man the key to the city of New York. Why do you think he said that? That is a direct slight to the mayor, right?
Mm-hmm.
They took it back, right?
Yeah, but he didn't have to say that.
No, the point
He didn't have
was
to
the
say
point
that.
was pointing out you've been
He
look
said,
how much you've been had by this guy.
Last year,
You
we
should be
gave
ashamed
him
of
the
yourself.
key to the city.
Mhm.
And then he said, basically like we could take him down or whatever it was that he said. We can take anybody.
In other words,
down.
this dude is so high profile.
Right.
We're about to take him down. We're about to take down somebody who got the key to the city just this time last year.
Right.
But we're about to get
within
him
a year.
And you know what's crazy?
Not even 2023. It wasn't even a year ago.
Last year around this time, I was at the Vavo conference when he dropped the Love album, and it's crazy because a lot of people that I seen in the room, because everyone couldn't get in the red room, that he came in doing stuff, and I tell you, not about 5 people I seen in that room sitting next to him is on the stand against him, and that's crazy to me. So that right there, I mean, for me being an artist coming up, showed me the industry, but then also showed that like when it's not cool and it's time that everybody's against you, you really, really like, I know it's a cliche thing, but you really see who's who's with you, because I literally seen like I'm just kind of skimming through this situation. I'm not even really on it like that. And I literally was in the room with these people.
But what do you
Like
mean?
5 people, I was in the room with them, and they're against
Diddy?
Against Diddy. Right
Wait,
now.
but what do you mean by they're against Diddy? Like
Meaning
5
they're the people that's going with the.
How do
people
you know
going
that, though?
Because it's in I seen it in the write ups. I seen interviews.
Yeah, they haven't.
I seen interviews. I don't want to say the name right now because of the dude thing, but I seen interviews, and I'm talking about I was really in the room with them in Revolt TV last year in Atlanta.
Wow.
I was in the room with them while it was me. These ain't the people so I can say the name. So it was me, Loon, and somebody else. And these people was around us talking with Diddy walking in, and these are the same people that I'm seeing writing on Instagram again.
Yo, this nigga's a
I'm just asking.
I was not there.
All right, cool.
However, but I'm
no, it was
asking
in
because you're
Atlanta,
saying
yeah.
those people in that room, which you're not going to name, which I respect, but you're saying they have spoken out against him in the media.
Yes.
Doesn't mean that they're necessarily
In the media. They
against
spoken
him in the
against
indictment.
him in the media, and I think they had to go to court because they was that close. They have to go to court when he goes to court.
Allegedly.
No. They have to because that.
Allegedly.
They
Listen.
might.
If he has to go to court, these people have to go to court.
They might not like him.
And look, at the end of
And
the
that's what it comes down.
They
But these
might
are
not
people
like
that's
him.
been around him.
Or maybe they saw
for
some things,
decades.
and
Not
now they
no
have to
new
tell the
people.
truth.
Right.
Decades.
Some of these
Or
people.
maybe they did some things.
No, they
And
see
now
it.
they have to tell
Now
the
they
Maybe
want to
some
talk
of these
about what they
people just
seen and ain't
Because
saying.
Plants.
everybody wants to know who was on the tapes that they allegedly found.
We could
Right.
we could
Yo.
maybe this to death.
Yo,
Maybe
I want to
there
ask
were
a question.
plants
Um,
Put there.
we see the Thug trial becoming just a shit show.
That's a
That shit
reality
is
show.
comedy.
Yeah.
Do you think there's gonna be pause, a little Woody
A what?
in the Puff case?
Who's Little Woody? Who is that?
Little Woody is the guy that's going
Yo, we're gonna
crazy.
take a break. We're gonna take a break, man. Let's get off this shit. Now, moving on from the Freako, let's keep it moving. I guess this is along the same lines. We're in an era where everybody just cares so much about what everyone else is doing behind closed doors. Shannon Sharpe went viral this week. Him and his Michelle, you know what I mean?
Not Obama.
Allegedly got somehow he claims that he doesn't really know how to work this Instagram live, and somehow his phone went live during a sexual interaction.
Is it alleged if he admitted to it?
No.
I say allegedly because we don't believe that shit.
When
bro.
did he realize?
Allegedly
Nobody
going
fucking believe-
live.
Allegedly going live by
Accidentally.
mistake.
Right.
I get it.
Look, hold on. Okay, so I'm on the bed. All right, accidentally
Now, when
hit
the chair breaks, don't say
Instagram.
nothing.
Go live.
Then I hit the post button. Then I gotta scroll over to live. And then I gotta hit live. Then there's
Then
a
you gotta hit
countdown.
Yeah, it's too many.
How the fuck? Like what are you doing?
Well, how many times
Look,
did you have
now
to
I'm
press
live. Now I'm live.
it?
That's four. There was 4 things that I had to
presses? Okay.
do. Now, mind you, I had to open the phone.
Right.
Then I had to select Instagram. Then I had to click the button. Like, how the fuck do you do that? by accident.
Same way you pocket dial somebody.
He was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I want
No,
Pocket dial is
that's
different,
one
bro.
time.
Pocket dial is
That was
different.
just
Sometimes
nonstop.
don't you like see your phone and you're like, how did Instagram get open?
Nah.
I've seen that.
No, I've
To go
dead ass.
live though, you ever
Yo,
went
what up,
live
y'all?
with your butt?
I've never went live, but I'm saying sometimes I've seen it about
Yeah.
to post something, right? Like how did it get like that? Maybe
I've
you were playing with your
called
phone.
her by
Pocket
mistake.
dial me?
Phone in the back pocket, walking down the block, minding my business. Next thing I know, the phone's ringing.
Bro,
That's
pocket
one
dialing
press.
is different from
But for
going
live,
I don't know,
that's
man.
3 press, right? We went 3 to 4
Y'all niggas
press.
got fingers on your
4.
ass. I don't know how y'all doing that shit. Like that shit is incredible. Like
She's
you gotta
called me back
unlock
like,
it.
yo, what'd you call me for?
How are you unlocking your phone?
Because the
in
phone
your-
wasn't locked.
It
and I
wasn't
put it in
locked.
my
It
pocket.
wasn't
That's the
locked.
problem.
No, but it
Right,
wouldn't
right.
hit 4 times.
Well, have you ever
No,
made
I go live
a
on
pocket
accident.
post?
I just wanted to see how
Say
hard
again?
it was
Pocket
a pocket
for
post. Have
Shannon
you ever
Sharpe
made a
to
pocket
accidentally
post?
go live.
No.
I'll tell you.
That's impossible.
No,
We talk about
but
it.
I keep IG closed. I close out of most of my apps except for the phone.
I don't know nobody that made a pocket IG post.
Well, you wouldn't because as soon as they saw it, they'd erase it.
Right? Like how
how
you
you make
do
a
that?
pocket OG? Look,
I made a pocket IG story.
So that's kind of
That's
like
the
going
same
live.
shit.
Let-
But not live
How?
because you have to hit 4 times for live.
You
or
just
3 times.
you was one
No,
time.
You have to
short.
scroll over
You have to
to
scroll. You
select
have
live.
to do certain stuff.
They made live
For
all the
live.
way right.
Yeah,
so you
exactly.
can't
So the
accidentally
story
go
is
live.
like the first thing. So that makes more sense. But for live, you have to scroll it.
Okay. So
What-
I think that everyone we can like I think the point that I feel like everyone agrees is that he didn't do it by accident.
no,
No.
and it's all because of the way
Oh
he
wait,
hopped out of.
Meck's on the fence.
Yeah.
Yeah, MECC is on the fence,
Meck's
but
on the
He
fence.
wanted
I'ma
wanted
drop him
everybody
tomorrow.
to
Don't
know
worry. I'ma drop him
that
tomorrow.
I get pussy. That's what that was
Yeah.
about.
But
I
we
want
still don't
everybody
know.
to
no, we still don't know.
We
How
still
you
don't
how you
know.
know he got it
Still
allegedly,
Allegedly.
right?
No offense, No offense,
But
No
listen,
offense,
These
look,
niggas
no,
gonna stop calling me gay.
He did it to
Right.
himself. He did it to himself. The way-
You could have went full Ray J. You went halfway, bro. You should have went
that wasn't
full
even
Ray
half.
J.
That wasn't halfway.
Word.
It was just sound effects. It
Yeah,
was just like,
yeah,
you know,
right?
little like
Word.
moaning.
And the only
It
reason,
sounded like
Yo.
he coached stuff.
And that's kind of, you know,
It's a big
diabolical in the day that we live with AI. You know?
I mean, I don't,
What
it
does
wasn't-
AI
It
have
wasn't
to do?
AI. It wasn't
Because
AI.
AI is fake. They make fake people,
No,
fake
see,
sounds, fake everything.
The only
Yeah,
reason
but I
we,
mean,
But-
I think it was him. Like,
the
you
only
could
reason
hear
we
him.
having
You
this
think he AI'd
conversation.
his the female's voice? See, now it's getting even crazy.
No, she didn't
bro.
see it.
Like,
She didn't even see
I
it.
say
She didn't
that.
even see it, bro. But the only
He
reason,
said she ain't even say it.
the
bro.
only reason we having this conversation is because of the way he hopped out of that truck.
yeah, I ain't gonna fuck.
That's kind of true.
We about to go with here.
Don't forget the
Don't laugh
bag.
at me, Otto. Don't laugh at me, Otto. Like, come on, bro.
The
Come
bag, the way he hopped out of
Come
the
on.
truck.
But here's
You-
what I no.
You used to
Here's-
play football, bro. You ain't walk
Here's
like
the
that
thing.
before.
Here's the
You ain't walk like that.
I think it was like the sequence of events that happened after, right? He accidentally, it was all like planned out. He
Uh-huh.
accidentally went live. Then a fake statement came out, apparently, that his team put out that, oh my
He
God,
was hacked.
you know, we were hacked. Then he's like, I'm going live at 9:00 to talk about how I accidentally went live. It was like all of these steps
It was like
that it was almost like, this is intentional.
Definitely.
That's what made
Yeah.
me think it was intentional because all this
But
stuff.
it got everybody talking about it.
It
Yeah, but
did.
it
I'm not gonna lie,
also got him
sometimes-
fired. Maybe he wanted to get fired. Maybe Club Shay is making more money than he was making for ESPN.
I thought ESPN said they wasn't taking action on it.
I thought he got fired.
Nah, that was a lie.
Does anybody do research here? God damn it.
I didn't know he was going to
God
talk about it up
damn
there.
it,
Fucking.
bro.
I didn't look into this shit.
Yeah.
When I saw the
He said he
story,
got
I
fired.
ignored
He
it.
Niggas knew for a whole 40 minutes we
When
was
I
gonna
saw
talk
the
about
story,
this shit.
I
bro.
ignored it. Last time I
Nothing
checked
happened
with
to
Shannon
him.
Sharpe, he was about
Nothing
to beat
happened
up
to him.
Son at the Memphis Grizzly game. He's
Yeah.
about to whoop somebody's ass on the court. I bet you won't. I bet you won't. and niggas won't because that nigga been throwing around
Swole.
iron in the gym since he left the NFL. So
He didn't get fired.
Since
Okay.
he was in the NFL doing the same shit.
I bet you won't.
So it
I
was
bet you
big
won't.
promotion for Club Shay Shay.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Okay.
Plus
I
Shay
agree.
Shay, you know what it's
Who gave him that name?
this kind of started. I mean, people
That's a girl name. That's-
people were saying that
It's
shit.
giving-
I mean that's
It's
part
giving
of it.
It's giving
Shay
a house
Shay.
name.
That's part of
That's
it.
my homegirl's name.
You know, us guys from up north, we ain't calling no man.
We
Shay
can call you Shay.
That's
What up, Shay?
OD.
What's good, my
You
boy?
calling a girl
Shay
Shay.
Shay.
Shay Shay.
Why y'all just can't
I
call
never
him
even
Shane?
thought about
Shay
that.
Shay's a little
telling you.
gay. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Shay
That
Shay's
name
kinda-
got to
yeah.
just take one of the shades off. You good?
right?
Feel
Yeah,
me?
like
Yeah, I get it.
I'm not calling no nigga
Club
Shay.
Shan. You know what I'm saying? Like Shan, man.
How he get
man,
Shay out of?
Shan.
How he get Shay out of Shannon?
I don't give a
Shay Shay.
Shay Shay.
That would make
Not
no
even
sense.
Shasha. Or,
Yeah, Shy, right?
yeah, Shay Shay.
Shay Shay.
And then Mike Epps went wild with it in his stand up, and that's what kind of like got people looking at him like, yo, word, he, you know what I mean? So
And then they got him accused of allegedly being with some guy and some funny stuff like that too.
yeah,
Well, his,
I mean,
his
people say
stylist,
anything.
his stylist is gay, and he was at the game with his stylist. But and like the
I mean,
fashion he's
straight
wearing
people
is-
can't hang out with.
But in
That's,
this day and
Nah.
age, why would
At
you
this
say
day and
gay?
age.
At this
That's
point,
a
in
nah.
this day and age,
that's the other thing.
in
Like
this day and age, he probably would just say if he was gay.
No. I'm not gonna let y'all slide. I'm not gonna let y'all slide.
Right?
If a
I
man,
agree with
hold
you.
on, if a heterosexual man is hanging out with a gay man, do y'all still think that he's straight?
yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
but listen,
definitely.
listen,
It depends on the guy.
hour
It
of the
depends
day.
on the
I don't
guy.
know.
It depends.
I
on
got
the
I
guy.
got relatives
No, seriously.
that's you know what I mean, and we cool, but yeah.
Right, but do you go like, yo, let's go to the next game, let's sit
Bro,
outside?
no,
Nah, I don't have a problem with it. If
Hold
it's,
on.
No, I don't.
I don't have
I mean,
a problem with it.
I know,
I
man.
understand
Whatever
what
your
you're saying.
preference is.
Listen.
Hold on. You're my stylist. You dress me. We spend a lot of time with all this shit. I'm going to the game. I'm going to the game because I like watching the game. I got another ticket. You like men. There's a bunch of men out here in shorts and tank tops. You probably want to go to the game for a whole different reason. Hey, you want to go? I'm going. Here. No problem. Like, that
And
don't
this-
seem like that
Yeah,
It's not.
wild of a
on
stretch
your
to me.
No. I'm calling bullshit today.
No.
Mac,
You can I tell you something?
You would do that.
Excuse
you-
me.
Hold on.
Excuse me.
You would invite someone
I don't
to
give
a
a
public.
fuck. I don't give a fuck.
No, just I'm asking you.
The answer is yes. I don't give a fuck.
All right, cool.
If I got a ticket,
I got somebody I can hook you up with.
No,
me
it's
up
not
how?
a hookup. It's just a game. That's
Don't
what
say
I'm
you
saying.
can prove it.
stop talking. Don't laugh. Hook me up how?
But you know what I'm saying, bro.
No, I hear what you're saying. Hook me up how?
If that's something that you're comfortable with,
I'm comfortable
then it
with
shouldn't be a problem. Why you asking me to hook me
it's
hook you
not,
up
but
how?
because hookup implies something different. And you're putting that spin on it on
You're
purpose.
saying that you don't care.
I
correct?
don't.
Then why you asking?
To go watch a game?
Then why you asking?
Because there's no hookup to go watch a game, man.
Yeah,
There's no
hook up people.
Right,
Hook up
but I'm
bullshit
saying,
kind of crazy.
what's
Okay,
the
all right.
issue about
I got
a
somebody you
straight
can hang
man
out with.
hanging
I got
gay
plenty of
man?
people I hang out
All
with.
right, cool.
Already, I don't need your specific gay person to hang out with.
I'm just saying.
Your gay person to yourself.
I'm just saying.
You can hang out with your gay person or your time. You don't need to
I'm
pass
just
the gay
keeping it
to
real.
me.
I'm just keeping it real.
Me too.
No, but
we could all play political,
I'm not
Yeah,
playing
I don't
political.
but deep down inside, y'all not looking at it like
No,
that.
but can I-
I don't
you know what I'm
think it's
saying?
political.
Can I say-
I think, it's 2024.
I didn't look
I-
at it
I'm
at
not-
all.
It's
Y'all
2020.
capping. A lot of y'all females be capping.
Yeah,
No,
capping.
Y'all, if y'all
Definitely
see
capping.
a straight man, you see a straight man with a gay dude right now.
I think
he
he's
probably
gay first,
fucking
I'm not
that
gonna
nigga.
lie.
I don't
No,
know.
that's
he
not
probably.
Me.
That's not
I
true.
would.
Y'all not
That's
thinking
not
that
true.
at all.
No,
But can I
how is he acting with this gay man? How are they interacting with each other? Right?
Right.
Like, I think, people can get along and they're like, it's just like a man and a woman going to a game, right? Do you
Right.
assume that they're dating or they're,
Of
can
course.
I say fucking?
Yes.
Of
People
course.
do.
Are you're
If I
assuming?
see if I see a male and a female at a game, that's a date.
And it's just those two.
Me and Mec will go to a game
Yeah.
together and hang out.
With nothing.
Yeah,
With
but to
nothing.
the
My brother.
people,
Right.
to the
Many-
people,
many
they're not gonna
events-
look at
No,
it.
Many-
but I'm saying,
I
Oh,
know.
not just the
I'm
game.
just saying people that
Events,
don't know.
Clubs,
like if you don't know.
mixtapes, labels. Me and Kim roll.
You talking about?
Yeah, but we talking about men. We
the
talking about
game,
people on the
two
outside.
seats.
Like we know
We've
that.
been to the
We're saying
game.
from the outside how
this
we're.
is
Y'all went to the
lending-
game.
This is lending more to the conversation again that
Right.
a man and a woman can't be platonic and can't have a relationship unless there's
I'm
something
not
there.
saying
right,
it can't
no,
be
listen,
platonic. I'm saying the suspicion.
there's always a suspicion with people who think that way. But there are people who can exist in this world and have relationships
agree.
with people without it being
I
sexual.
agree.
So that means a straight man can hang out with a gay man.
I totally
and it's
agree with
fine.
that.
But there's a lot
However,
of.
what is the perception when you see it?
No, we're gonna
It
think.
depends on the person.
No,
It
what you,
depends on
what
the
you,
So
person.
this is what I was gonna say. I also agree with Kim, but what I was gonna say, my first thing I'm gonna think is let me see, he might be gay. And then I'm gonna see how they act with each other, and then that's
You're not thinking that might be his boyfriend?
No, that's what I'm saying. The first, before even seeing them talk and all that stuff, if I see this, the first thing I'm gonna think is they gay. Then when I see how they start acting with each other, maybe within the first few minutes, that's when I go from, okay, maybe it's just a business thing, maybe it's a friendship. But this is my thing, what I want a lot of people to know, because I have a lot of gay friends. There's a lot of straight guys that's gay, that's not telling their friends, and they're being them. So you're saying all this, but you guys are being with a lot of y'all friends, and they're gay.
So you know what?
No. This
Keep
is
going.
No. This is a fact. I'm not saying your friends is gay. I'm not saying yours. I'm just saying guys.
Right.
There's guys out there that they don't know, and they're chilling with their friend, and their friend is in the down low, and they're sitting here doing my friend, or they're doing, different people.
I think to each his own, right?
Whatever floats.
However, it
shouldn't matter. I'm only saying that because it shouldn't matter.
It's a shame that Shannon Sharpe, a straight man, should have to fake going live while he's having sex.
That's some real shit.
To prove to people
that he's not gay.
But that's
his
why I
sexual
agree
orientation.
with him, because who cares in 2024?
He cares because he set it up.
A lot of people care.
Yeah.
And he definitely cares. And a straight man would care. A straight man would care. Because to some women, maybe not you, to some women, that's not a thing that they can overlook.
So you think that in 2024, just doing a girl or hearing a girl sound, we're not going to think a certain thing. We're going to also think how you dress. We're going to look at like your mannerism. We're going to look at certain things. It's not just hearing you do a girl. Like there's gay guys that still do girls.
I'm with Mav. The tragedy in this
The
is that
tragedy
anybody
is-
has to prove
it's the fact that he has to-
anybody else. That shit is
Look at
wild.
what
you
look at what
straight-
Unc had to go through to prove something.
That shit is crazy.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
The idea that
And
me
for
and
his
Kim,
status,
me and
right?
Kim worked at the Source magazine. Source was real big on fashion. A
Yo,
lot of the fashion dudes are gay. Now that's not me being foul or
No,
nothing,
for
but
real.
No,
those
that's true.
stylists who used to make those fashion layouts, and those be gay dudes.
right.
They in the office, some of them work there, you chop it up. You wouldn't know till they start talking, but what you gonna do? Avoid them, ignore them? When they come down the hallway, you gonna go the other way? Like there's no,
Yeah.
and not not hating on gay people never stopped them from being gay. Like that shit don't work. They gonna be gay. No, they was gay before you, during you, and after you. Whatever it is, they gonna be gay. If I see one out, I hate even saying it like that.
Yeah.
If I
Right.
see one of the dudes out and I know he's gay, but we in the same spot because we at an industry event. I gotta be there for work. He gotta be there for work. He's the only motherfucker I know in here. Yeah, I'm gonna go over to, yo, what up, bro? Yo, what's cracking? Blah, 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 blah. Yo, what's this? And not to
What's
mention
cracking?
the fact
Pause.
that these dudes,
God, let me say pause. He never lets me
not to
say
mention the
pause.
fact, high key, if we really gonna talk game, which I shouldn't do, but if we really gonna talk game, these niggas be around all the models. All of them.
They got all the girls.
They got the inside track to all the baddest women, period. And they're safe to be around those women. And then,
The women trust them.
bro, it's right there. The baddest women. My track record right now from like those days are nuts off the strength of the fact that this dude introduced me to a circle of women who have been surrounded by gay dudes the entire day. And I'm the first straight dude walking over there, bro.
Yeah, easy
It
picking.
was like shooting fish in a barrel. It was super.
Take it
Monday,
down, take it
Tuesday,
down, take it down.
Twice on Sunday,
Right.
Thursday. See you on Saturday.
Right.
He was like,
but
yeah,
now,
that's
nigga,
it.
man.
Bruh.
You a horny nigga, man.
That era
Mac
specifically,
horny.
I was putting numbers on the board. It was a
I feel you.
different
Source? What?
day and time. Especially when you tell people I work at the Source and girls want a model,
That's a
you got to
fact.
introduce them to the fashion dude. The fashion dude is probably gay or one of his homeboys. Okay, hey, I got to introduce you. Bro, trust me. Trust me. There's a method to the madness.
So was Shannon Sharpe with a woman? Do you think?
I don't think Shannon
Who
Sharpe is
cares?
gay.
I don't think we should care.
But I
Who
don't
cares?
But I think that it's
understand why
sad
anybody
that-
gives a fuck.
I think that it's sad that he cared so much that he felt
He
like
had
he
that it
needed
was
to do
wrong.
I
that.
think that's
So,
the bigger
okay,
point.
okay, so
that's the bigger
with
point.
that
Yeah.
in mind, how bad must the torment have been for him to decide that this is what he needed to do?
Well, if you out there and you trying to holler at chicks and they be like, ain't you gay? That would probably piss you off. If that's the if that's the reaction that he's getting, it's like,
not you too old.
I'm not though.
Not you ain't light skinned. Ain't you gay?
Man,
but where did that narrative come from?
The way he hopped out of the truck, bro.
no. Mike Epps did a stand up.
No, I think it was the truck too, because I didn't even hear about the
No, Mike Epps definitely did a stand up, and he brought up Shannon Sharpe, and he was like, "You know he gay, right?" And it was a huge joke.
Yeah, the fit. He had a jeggings on, all types of things.
Right, but the man purse, it was very.
But to hear a comedian actually say it, like, you know,
we know comedians have a certain amount of power to put things into the universe. Like when what's the name talked about Bill Cosby and all, he brought that back to the surface. A lot of people weren't thinking about that until what's the name of the comedian? If I can see his face, but I can't remember his name. What's his name? Hannibal Buress. Thank you, bro. Hannibal Buress was the dude who made this whole Bill Cosby joke, and it just seemed like from there, the numbers just ran up. Next thing you know, he's not, and I'm not saying Hannibal Buress is responsible, but
gotta start somewhere.
Well, like you said,
was it a put in pop joke?
No, he straight up and down said, almost let him buy a network. Bill Cosby raped this many women. It was like, oh shit. The whole crowd was just kind of like, what the fuck?
And that was wow.
Yeah, it was.
Dude,
that's kind of crazy.
I didn't catch up onto this, but did any of the women say the reason why they waited so long to say something about it?
About Bill?
Like about
we not even about to get into that whole Bill Cosby thing.
I'm so confused with all that stuff.
He's free. We're not getting into that. I will say this: if a gay man doesn't want people to accuse him of being straight, then a straight man wouldn't want people to accuse him of being gay. It's a misrepresentation of who they are, and though it's okay to be what you want to be, no one wants to be told that there's something that they're not.
Right.
Yeah.
Facts.
And Unc, I understand you had to put in that 30 seconds of pain just to let everybody know. You know what I'm saying? I get it, but bruh, you know, the comments are for the people who comment.
I'm glad he wasn't fired.
Yeah, I'm glad he wasn't fired. Because honestly, you can't, and I'm not trying to throw shade on it, but you can't prove that there was an actual act. You dig what I'm saying?
Maybe that's why Paul Pierce got fired, because you could actually see the woman.
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe
I don't know. You know, Paul Pierce be pushing P all over the planet. Shout out to Paul Pierce.
Paul Pierce?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said fuck ESPN on the video while he was with the girl smoking weed.
Oh, well, that'll do it. Oh,
That's
okay.
different, yeah.
He could have probably been with the homeboys and said that shit. Okay, my bad. Sorry.
Yo, Shannon, shout out to you, Unc.
Pull up.
Pull up.
Come on, Mac. Don't be saying that. Mac, don't say that. Come on, Mac. Come on, Mac. You can't say that, Mac. Come on, Mac.
Yeah, him and Ocho. Yo, shout out to Ocho.
You can't say that. No,
come on.
Shout out to Ocho. Would anybody in here, well, does anyone in here understand the play now? Like how people will leak sex tapes. They'll do things specifically for the attention or for the image. Does anyone like, oh, it's a play now. Like when you see sex tapes go out, like when Sexy Red shit came out, you're like,
it's an old play.
How are these shits just getting out?
It's an old play. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's right. It's an old play.
Paris Hilton, Kim Kardashian, it's a very old play. But you look at how the people who did it benefited. It's not about the morality of the play. It's about whether or not it works.
Yeah, some people
but
don't.
A lot of them go up under the radar too. Look at the dude from the NBA player from that played with Jokic. He got caught. He went live on his Instagram video, girl giving him head, and we ain't hear much about that.
It works better for women.
Who was it?
The point guard for the Nuggets. What's
Jamal
his name?
Murray?
No, Jamal Murray. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It works better for women. Sorry, not
It's
sorry.
just like
Much better for
Kim
women.
Kardashian got lit.
But
after
Ray
that
J released that though.
But
what did he do
unfortunately,
for him?
with Jamal Murray,
that was. Remember, he made statements after about how there was a whole plan and her mother was involved.
So what
right?
about Nelly? Nelly had a tape too.
Didn't really work out for him.
I don't think so. I think it's a whole press play, right? Like when you do it, you have to plan for it, and
This
I
was
think
definitely
people use
planned.
it for that.
Well, it just
Shannon Sharpe.
doesn't work out that great for dudes.
That's like the same thing.
Dudes don't really benefit when drop a sex tape. No,
Well, that gives more point to what we talking about here, because he never showed the girl. We don't even know if it was a girl,
Right.
right? We just know it was him.
Here we go, man. Sorry, listen, man. You and your Michelle, y'all good with me. All right, y'all good.
Then they tried to find out who she was. And people on the
Like
internet
Monica
was
Lewinsky.
speculating, this is Michelle, and
But why are we so interested?
Why do people care? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like,
I don't
why
know
do
why
people
you
care?
care who's fucking
people
who.
like
It's the new
attention.
thing.
I dead don't
Motherfucking
care who
porno tapes that we
I
made.
don't care.
Right.
I mean, wow, porno
Bro.
tapes.
Bro, nobody had the dick for that. Why people interested?
Nobody
Because he
care
put it
about
on
that
live.
Yeah.
What you mean?
No, I'm saying okay, but
Ain't
Yeah,
no
why you?
the court of public
But
opinion.
he That's all
it
do.
just doesn't.
Nobody went searching for that.
Nobody
He
really
went live.
cares that a man got some ass. Like, who cares?
Maybe it's me.
Are we that bored?
Yeah,
We are.
maybe.
People are very entertained by like the
Fool-
spectacle,
dumb shit.
foolery.
Think
Yeah,
about what people was
fuckery.
watching during COVID. They was watching people doing the same thing.
Right. But that's what, because we're in the era of reality TV,
Mm-hmm.
right? So like that's what you can't
Speaking
you
of
can't
which-
even just be an artist and put out music nowadays. You have to be a multi-platform artist. So
Right.
it's the same thing with Club Shay Shay, right? Like he can't just put out his podcast. He hit
We're going to call him
a
Shay over here.
crazy number, right? With Cat Williams. How do you top that? You can't top that with another interview. You're looking for the interview. They're probably booking people trying to figure
At
out who the
this
next
point, you
person.
need to host
It's like,
it
what we
that
gonna do?
way.
Oh, now we're gonna go out. We're gonna fake
It's like that
IG
with record
Live.
labels. When
And I'm gonna
a
have
hot
you know,
record
like
come
a
out,
sex
we need you to
scandal.
rap like
It's
that.
all a part of, this attention-seeking audience, right? Like, it's hard to keep like things online.
I don't think it's
crazy.
the audience that's seeking attention.
It's
I think it's the people. I think we're becoming.
it's people, but I'm saying
In order to capture the audience's attention.
to capture the audience's
Listen,
attention. Thank you for restating
I
that.
think this is the negative side to too much information. I think that we're bombarded with so many things that's meant to incite us as far as like emotionally and to shock us. And there's so many things. You could scroll down your timeline and literally go past like maybe 5 or 6 viral moments for the day. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And when it becomes that regular,
You're desensitized.
you're
Yes.
desensitized.
So
now
now you
people
need
have to
something
go and do
higher.
something crazy
Right.
to get your attention.
Exactly.
It's
That's
like that with
exactly
a lot of
what's what
stuff,
it
with
is.
drugs, with you see what's
Music,
happening on
everything.
Twitter. Twitter is Pornhub now.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Anything trending, niggas is talking about it. Whatever's trending.
Right, but the problem is when that trending topic and this attention-seeking content is monetized at such a high level that people continue to do it. So there's an element of, they want attention, it's a look at me, but they also figure out, wait a minute, this actually turns out to be lucrative, because it does.
And if
So
my
when you
next
start
check
reporting-
is coming
Man.
from there.
Y'all
And then
got-
they noticing negativity is what's winning. So you seeing people online. I done seen about 2 of my followers fake their death. I'm dead serious.
Fake their death.
Fake their death.
Just
And they
for
had
the
over,
attention.
each of them had over 40,000 followers. So these wasn't like,
That's a mental illness.
so you get what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I
well-
know but that's what I'm saying. Most of the world right now.
How they come back after they fake die?
Because for some reason, their following
I had
just,
somebody fake their death
no,
for me.
because their following just took that, oh, they're crazy. They just wanted clout.
Sent
And
it-
they just
sent
look
it to
over it of looking how you just said it was normal.
Right.
People do stuff for clout.
It's
That's not
essentially-
okay.
Right.
Yeah,
Because
that's-
that means next time they might really kill themselves. Or
Like
they
you
Or
might,
said,
hurt
that's
themselves.
a
You
mental
understand?
illness.
So-
To make it real.
Right.
To Mav's point, what happens now is faking your death, being dead isn't even enough to hold somebody's attention. To his point, now you got to do something crazier. Now you gotta.
Now we're questioning until the funeral. We're like, nah,
Yeah.
this shit fake. He
No,
ain't really
for
dead.
real,
It's a
though.
Niggas on
rollout.
some
This
Machiavelli
nigga's a
shit.
clown, yo. He just chasing clout.
It's kind of
Meanwhile,
I mean, this wild
rollout shit.
Meanwhile, motherfuckers getting cremated that moment.
because how many people died, then they followers go up 200,000 people.
Right.
Like,
Look at that little girl Tay. I can't remember. There's like this Instagram sensation. It's just keep coming up that she's like, she died, then she didn't die. Now she's in ICU. So it's like there's people online that's literally doing this, and they have millions of followers. These
This
are
is
not.
what happens.
But this is the
I
problem.
think the
You're
social
not gonna
media
be
is
able-
making you go mental.
But you can't maintain what's like death is like. Come on,
They can't.
what are you gonna do next?
They can't.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the next step? What's
After
the
niggas
okay?
run into you
All
in a
right, we did the
supermarket
death
or
thing.
something.
Now let's go to the
Kill
what?
somebody. You gotta kill somebody on camera. It's
Come on.
bro. This is what
Come
happens
on.
when you rely on something other than talent for attention. This is the world we live in, where we give a lot of people a lot of attention for something other than talent. They don't have any talent to do anything but get attention, and they want to hold on to it.
that's a
Right.
fact.
And you keep escalating it. It used to be, I hate sounding like the old dude on the soapbox, but it used to be that we paid attention to people because they had talent for something.
Right.
He was a great actor, great producer, great singer, great dancer, great rapper. That got them attention. It was that first. The talent thing was first. And then everything
A
after
skill.
that we found out. Or skill, specific skill. We found out after who they were, what they were into. But we were interested in them because we wanted to see the person behind this amazing talent that kept dragging us out and we kept paying attention to. Now we've made it so that talent is like secondary. It's even third. It's like fourth or fifth on
That's
the
a-
list.
Right. Talent and qualifications is secondary, and we're going for people who seek attention.
Attention.
And then people who seek attention, then they decide to run for president.
To the
And then everybody starts to vote for them. And that's what happened. Okay.
You're now to the point where somebody can, this
You know
person's
Kanye-
drama more than you know their songs. You can't sing one song. You
Yeah.
can't sing one verse. You don't
Not
know
even
one
4
line.
bars.
But you know all the bullshit going on in their life because that's what we're paying attention
But us, the
to.
consumers, we
With
have
the
fault
exception
too,
of Kanye.
because we look at the follower
definitely know
counts.
music too.
Well, Kanye was talent first.
Mm-hmm.
She was at his first listening. I'll never forget the first listening he did. Dame, the whole shit. Dame was late. She came back to the office, told us all about it. We were huge Kanye West fans. She was there. It was all talent. Everybody wanted to know what this amazing fucking producer who shined on all these albums was going to do by himself.
But
himself.
you do understand it was not all talent.
We didn't know the story before. This is what I'm trying to tell you.
But Kanye
This is
figured out a way to merge.
This is pre-social media, bro.
MECC.
There wasn't any.
Everyone knew he was in a car accident.
Nah.
He put that on the
He took
mixtape.
the car
I
accident.
only knew
Hold
that
on.
from the video.
He took the car accident and he released his first record. Hold on.
Say that again.
I only knew that from the video.
Through the
So-
wire.
Yeah, so I didn't know
So
that.
you're listening
so the
to
song
this
was already
song,
out.
which
And that his
at
talent
first
just
at the
sung.
time pretty much did not sound like a single to people.
What?
Through the wire.
It did.
sure did.
No,
It did. It felt
It did.
heartfelt. That felt was different.
We're not doing
I
that.
remember
We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
No, maybe
you're
to
bugging.
You're looking
you,
at
but to
pictures
the-
of him going through this traumatic event.
But you
Hold
can't
on,
tell me
hold on
how
one
I
second.
felt.
You're looking at pictures of him going through this traumatic event, and you connect. Like it's like, wow, this isn't a regular video. Yo, he really almost died. Oh wow, we almost didn't get this talent. Now this song means so much to me.
Okay. Let me help you out here.
Okay.
A, keep in mind there was no social media. B, we didn't see the video when we heard the song. We just heard the song. We heard about his car accident. We saw pictures, but we were at the magazine. I wasn't even in a position to see the pictures. They got sent to her.
Mhm.
She was big dog. I was little, but I managed to see the. Oh, she got fucked up. Wow, that's crazy. Oh shit, he rapped like that. Most of us didn't believe that happened. But then when
And you saw the video.
but that was.
No,
but
but
what
I
I'm
thought that was
telling you
fake.
is, it was a single before we saw the video. We got the record first. We didn't get the video.
Right.
We got the record, and
Mhm.
we hear a sped up soul sample of a very popular record by a very popular singer.
Mhm.
Most of the conversation was, how the fuck did he clear that? Oh shit, he actually cleared that shit, and the song was amazing. So of course she went to go see.
But even before that, like you can't take away the talent that he had just in production.
I'm
right?
never
So,
taking
like-
away the talent.
So like here's the thing, because you know Kanye was partially responsible for the Blueprint, which at that time was a 5 mic album,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
People respected what he did as a producer.
Mhm.
Kanye is an example of when you have someone with that much talent that actually figured out how to mastermind the media with it.
Right.
And so that takes him to a different level. And everybody hasn't been able to do that. But fortunately for him, he has the talent to back it up.
Right.
So,
But I'm saying, but this was like him figuring out a way to manipulate something
I think
that's definitely gonna catch people's
I
attention.
can agree with that. I can
Right.
agree with that.
I do, but I think I don't want to overlook the fact that whoever paid attention to him for the shenanigans stuck around for the music. Like
Correct.
the music was the first thing.
Correct.
Whereas just the opposite of my point I was making a second ago. We know Kanye songs. We sing them shits loud.
Right.
We know that music.
We know his drama too.
You may not know. I specifically don't pay attention to what his wife looked like. I've seen her, but I couldn't pick her out of a lineup. But I know that record. I know that record.
Kanye would be very offended by what you just said.
That doesn't.
Well,
I don't care
we
about
also
that.
came up in a time where it was way before where we are now.
What
So
you mean you
even though he did what he did, I think with media understanding, like, okay, I have to really lead with a narrative. Because that's what he did very early on, right? Like there was a narrative around him. There was a narrative around the college dropout, right? And how he did that album. And he figured that out. But it wasn't like it is today.
At
So
all.
people still had to appreciate the art of what he was doing first,
Right.
you know?
No, I'm with that, but I can't be mad when I see a Sexy Red kind of mimicking certain things. You dig what I'm saying?
That's just the way of the world today. Like there's no you can't unring the bell. It's too late. They're gonna do what they're gonna do for it. People want attention more than they want almost anything else. It's the new currency.
But it's our fault too as the consumers.
Of
because
course
we
it is.
look at the follower count and legitimate.
We've dumbed down
Nigga be fake.
the threshold for talent. We've kept bringing the bar lower and lower for what real talent is. Somebody else, well, they're good at marketing. Yeah, but that song is terrible. You really like, yeah, but it's funny. Yeah, but it's not a good song. It's this, that. But what people are entertained by keeps getting like lower and lower and lower to the point where if somebody had a video and they just walked around swinging on people and starting fights, everybody would watch it.
That's MK Ultra. That's a whole nother conversation though.
The fact that you can name that guy that fast kind of just made my whole point.
The what?
What? MK Ultra is not a guy. It's a
Oh, my
it's a program. It's a program, bro.
Wait.
It's a program.
Wait. Oh shit!
Yes.
I'll tell you that there's an
It's
artist.
not Earth Gang.
No,
right?
it's not
Earth Gang.
Unfortunately, Earth Gang is actually good, even
Right.
though that hip hop shit really pissed me off. Like, that was some that, but talk about that later.
Right.
Yeah, no, a lot of the stripes I got from her, a lot of what I learned from her and the other people that I mentioned earlier was all about, MECC, don't fall for the bullshit. Don't fall for the gimmicks. Gimmicks is what it was called back then. Don't fall for the gimmicks. You just got a gimmick. Don't fall for the gimmick. Is the song good? Is this? Is that? Is this in place? Is that in place? Now I'm in an age, I've thank God I've grown, I've lived long enough to see that it's the opposite. The gimmick is first, and people don't care about the talent. And then when I say something about it, they call you a hater. They call the hater because, yo, I don't hear anything. Where's the... This isn't the thing you should lead with, bro. Like, lead with the song. When Math is playing his records in here, somebody comes in here, before the conversation even gets started, he'll click the record on. Hey, I'm leading with this. That's why I can respect it. Same thing with Gat. Same thing with Aaron. Artists, regardless of the caliber of the song, regardless of that, artists lead with that thing first, not the other thing first. Not trying to start a fight with me in the street to make me listen to your record or trolling me online, saying some wild shit about somebody I'm standing next to, or popping shit about Busta Rhymes' outfit or Kim OSORIO's shoes, trying to make me react to that shit. And now you want to, oh, by the way, I rap. Like, what part of the fucking game is that?
Because, I mean, look, when you say something negative to celebrities online, that'll get their attention faster than the love.
Which is
right.
which
So
is
it's a problem with that too.
Which is a fact. It's a fact. But if all you want is
Nah, it
attention,
depends on who it is.
no,
Bro, I see it happen more often than not.
He's right. He's right.
I
He's
learned.
right.
I learned to ignore that shit because I know what it's for.
Most of them don't learn to ignore it, but that doesn't stop these dudes from doing it.
Right.
It's trash. It's a trash way to approach life. But somehow, some way, they got the understanding that this works. Just like a sex tape. Some people saw a sex tape work. Yo, I need that look. They do that shit. Some people saw fighting with your baby mom in public. I need that look. Like now, Blueface got a whole reality show behind it.
Wow.
Like,
Yeah.
I need that look. It's where it's just where we are, bro. It's just where we are. There's no getting
Okay.
around.
All right. So saluting Shannon Sharpe since we didn't see anything. Who had the worst sex tape?
Sexy Red.
Just the fact that y'all thinking about
Paris
that
was
is
Paris
I
was
don't
pretty
watch
bad.
sex.
crazy.
I say Stevie
Paris-
J and
Paris Hilton.
No, definitely Sexy Red. I go with Gat.
Sexy
man.
Red.
I didn't even
Sexy
see
Red.
Y'all all
Oh.
watched all these sex tapes?
It's Twitter. You just gotta go through
Yeah, you
Twitter.
can just go to
Shit's
Twitter.
I didn't
online.
see
Shit's
that.
there.
You just go through your regular timeline.
Look at what I'm mentioning. The last one I saw is the last one I mentioned. Paris
Right.
fucking Hilton. I haven't
Right.
watched one since then. I didn't.
Damn.
Yeah.
Someone
That's
tell
not-
me
that's
what Sexy
before Kim
Red's
K.
sex tape was like.
Yeah,
What was that
might
like?
be.
Because they
Wait,
Basura.
look at Gat's face.
Trash.
It was-
Wasn't it?
Mine's is better. Well, you won't see that though.
You gotta leak it. That's what they talking about, leaking it.
And you know what? That's
Make it a part of the rollout, Gat.
You going by
there
Gat Taylor.
there are publicists that would be like, yo, leak it, dude.
No, that's serious.
Well, he thinking about it now.
Yeah,
Real
that
shit.
It depends on
This
what
is
you want
fire.
to get out of it,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Sit down and talk with them.
The fact
Work something
is that the publicist he's talking about realized that should have worked to an extent. You want to be here for a good time or a long time, you got to figure that part out.
If it was me, it's a long time, buddy. That was kind of crazy.
This
Yeah,
nigga's
that was
out of
bad.
line. That was crazy.
Anyway,
Is that a pause? No, it's not a pause.
It's kind of not because we.
I
here,
just
but
He's
said
it
speaking
kinda
on
is.
himself,
Mess
so
with
it's not-
Gat.
Nah.
I just
no,
said
Speaking on himself.
I
Yeah.
didn't need to say buddy. I could have just left that out. You know what I mean?
How is this life?
It's still
Yeah,
happening,
exactly. We're
okay.
sitting around talking about Shannon Sharpe having sex all live. This is crazy.
That is crazy.
Shout out to Unc though.
Now it's
Shout out
crazy
to
what
Unc.
happened on the trains, man. We got to get some security for these
Or
trains.
the mass shooting?
Yeah, it was a
Security.
mass-
It was a
the
cop.
security that did it.
Yeah, but it's constant. It's constantly like people dying on the trains like
That's
every
awful.
other day.
That's
Nah,
horrible.
word.
Did broken windows cause that shooting? Broken windows police.
Basically, somebody skips the fan, they can go after it with like.
Excessive force.
I mean, it's not deemed excessive if it's deemed warranted.
Well, they said homeboy
No,
pulled
no.
out a knife and came after the police.
They said the tasers wasn't working.
That they tased him. He pulled out a knife and charged them. Police started shooting
But this was after what?
after broken windows police.
After he jumped the turnstile, you mean?
Yeah.
Why do people jump the turnstile?
They broke.
Okay.
Some niggas
Go to the root.
Some
said
some
go
people
to
do
the
that
root.
shit for fun.
Right.
Go to the
Be
root.
having the money in their pocket, like fuck it.
Nah, let me tell you. Yeah, I
Some
mean,
niggas
that's
do that
true.
shit.
Because,
Yeah, that's
see,
true.
I worked in the subways for 11 years, right? People think all the turnstile hopping happen in the hood. That should happen at 23rd Street,
42nd,
West
all
8th,
that.
Prince Street. That's what all it, police not policing there.
83rd
Walking
Street.
right through the gate.
No,
Yeah.
they hop in the
no, yeah,
turnstile,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
No, but some of them just walk
And you know
right
what?
through the gate.
Police will sit there and watch them and do nothing.
I
Right.
was on the Upper West
'Cause-
Side and a couple of dudes did grown men.
They walking through with suitcases. Like what the
Hop
fuck?
right over.
Now the question is it a quota that has to be met?
Absolutely.
Like Easy Pass. Like, what if they
No,
start
no.
charging us?
Do these officers that's on duty in the train stations,
Absolutely.
do
I
they
think
have to
so.
put up the numbers?
I think
And is,
so.
and is that why they go after people?
Absolutely. And, I mean, if you speak to police officers that want to keep it real, I know y'all had Edwin Raymond on the show.
Mhm.
I don't know if y'all spoke about it, but he'll tell you that if you don't bring in numbers, you don't get your days off you want, you don't get the vacation you want. So there's an incentive to go out there and get these arrests or get these summonses
And
or whatever.
in
it is.
some cases create crime.
Yes, when it's not there. And then what they do also is that sometimes felonies will happen on the subway, but they classify it as a misdemeanor because if you have all these felonies happening in your district, it shows that you can't police the crime.
Right.
So these commanding officers, these lieutenants, they don't get promotions because of all this crime happening. But yeah, I mean, it's bad. It's bad. And they twist it to whichever way they want to twist it to.
How many videotapes do we need to see of cops escalating before something happens to, like before we make a change in that direction?
The whole thing is wicked, right? So you watch police officer escalate a situation and they beating on somebody and they telling them to stop resisting. If somebody's beating on you, your first thing is to protect yourself, cover up.
But don't tense up.
Or try
Don't
to stop
tense up.
them.
Yeah,
Stop
but they
tensing
say
up.
you're resisting
Right.
to well on you some more, right? But nobody don't talk about this. And there's some police officers that brought me up on a big podcast today and some crazy stuff. But there needs to be better training. There needs to be more accountability. There's no accountability really.
And there needs to be better screening.
Screening, training.
You know,
absolutely.
there's the screening is to keep black folks out the police department. That was a big thing too, right? That was a big thing too. I mean, you could screen people, but if they don't got the training to work in our communities, like there was a kid in our community, and got killed on Lexington and Tompkins. We talking about like back in the 90s because the police officer got startled on a roof because the kid was playing on the roof.
That happened in pink houses too.
I grew up in the projects. We played on the roof. But a cop from Long Island don't know about roofs, projects, what we do up there. He's scared, right? So they need to have police officers from our community who know how we are. That hell is part of the experience. Bro, you could be a cop at what, like 18 or 21 or something like that. You're still a baby.
But I guess the argument against that is bias or corruption.
Well, we deal with that anyway. The bias, their bias towards their bias due to their inexperience in our communities is what get us killed. Like you just said, rooftop. Peter Liang, Officer Peter Liang.
Was that
shot a Kai Gurley.
Pink
houses.
I was there at the courthouse.
When it was dark in the staircase.
Dark in the staircase. Yeah. The boy comes into the staircase. The door bangs open. This dude lets his gun off.
You know what's biases? Why you never hear black cops making these mistakes? It's always cops that's not from our community making these mistakes.
I saw a clip the other day of a cop holding, portable speakers about this big, the Apple joints. Whose speaker is this? Dude is like, I just said it's mine. Give it here. He was like, no. Whose speaker is this? Yo, bro, it's just, which one? And no, everybody talking at the same time. Bro, I said it's mine. Okay, so since nobody's claiming it, I'm going to take it down to the precinct. You can come over there and get it. I'm like, when did you get to confiscate somebody else's shit? And what bothers me the most about it is that dude won't get in trouble for doing that. Nobody's going to balk him. He's never going to have to apologize to the person he took the speaker from. Nobody's gonna come down there and claim it. You might get fucked up. You might get arrested. But the embarrassment he causes the person whose shit he confiscated, he'll never feel. And I think that's a huge part of it because when they do some bullshit to us in public, they get reprimanded in private. You never hear about what actually happened to them. We took steps, we retrained them, but he never had to come out and apologize.
That's crazy.
You never pulled no money out of his pension. I had to stop working to come down here and do X, Y, Z, A, B, and C, pay this bullshit ticket. But he was in the wrong. How come the money didn't come out of his pocket specifically? What if I don't want it to the city? What if I want it from his pension?
To get the same
like, where's that shit? Because if I did that to him,
right,
I'd be in cuffs. And rightfully so. But cops get to do wild shit and nothing happens to them.
I'm not going to say nothing happens because there's plenty of lawsuits.
They get investigated.
They get cleared.
The lawsuit money doesn't come from
It's
them.
not just, but the investigation leads to a case, and the case leads to a lawsuit, and the lawsuit leads to the city paying out millions of dollars because this cop was not trained the right way.
The city money that they're paying out does not come from his pension.
That's a fact, and that's why
that's the problem.
That's why the police doing it.
Well, you got to understand, it's a roll of the dice.
What is?
It's a roll of the dice.
It shouldn't be.
A cop can violate, and you can get the short end of the stick and just be the person violated, or you can be the person who files a report and get some money out of the city for hiring people that don't know how to do their
What about the
fucking job.
niggas that's in jail right now that never did anything? They just in there because of crooked police.
You want to stop a cop from doing
Oh,
that
yeah,
kind of
yeah, no,
bullshit?
There's
Make
niggas
the
in
money
jail
come out
right
of their
now that
pocket. I
never
bet you
come
they'll
home.
stop.
Huh? I
Because
mean,
a cop
they got an
planted something
unqualified
on them.
immunity.
There's a flip side.
He just called it. He just called
Say
it.
that
They,
again.
they have to unqualified immunity because there's no mechanism in place to stop them from acting out, right? There's nothing in place, right? They sit there and they cover for each other. This is the crazy part. If MECC was my partner as a police officer and MECC do something crazy, I don't call it in, right? He gets away with it. He gets away with it, right?
Mhm.
I'm just as guilty as him. So when people say, oh, there's good cops, there's bad cops. No, there's good people and there's bad people. Forget about the cops, right? There's good people and there's bad people. And in the police department, you have a lot of that.
But the problem with that is when there are bad people, the other officers feel like they have to stand up. They have to still be unified with those people, because if they're not, then they'll be outcasted. They might get desk duty. They might get demoted. They might not get
And then you want to know what happens?
You know what I mean?
You want to know what happens? You have exactly what's going on in New York right
I
now.
was just about to say that's
The
how we got
Fed
here.
stepping in is out of control now. Right now, people looking at what Eric Adams is doing is bad. It's bad. The white folks was doing it for years too.
Right.
But he just came with this type of bravado, like, I'm the mayor, I'm this, I'm that. All right, we're gonna show you. We're gonna destroy your FDNY, we're gonna destroy your NYPD. I heard 2 more of his guys resign today, and one of them is my guy. You know what I mean? But you get results like this. It's out of control now,
I
bro.
saw a videotape of a cop in Texas knocking on this dude's door. He was talking to him about open carrying his rifle, right? And the guy was like, "Well, I'm legally allowed to open carry my rifle." He said, "Well, I'm suggesting you don't do it." He said, "Okay, well, how would you suggest that I do it safely?" He said, "I'm just suggesting you don't do it." He said, "No, okay, you need to tell me because I'm going to do it." What stopped the whole thing for me was the cop looked him in the face and said, "Listen, I'm being a gentleman with you. It could be wayward. I'm not the NYPD. It's not like we're the NYPD. We could be like them and treat you like they do. We're not doing that." I stopped the whole thing. Cops in Texas.
But low key, that was a threat.
No, that was racist.
No, but the fact that he said it on camera.
We could violate you.
Yeah, we
But
could.
We're not going to do it, but we could violate you.
We're not the NYPD. He's
So
like,
keep talking.
am I the NYPD? We're not the NYPD. You don't see a street you
Look
like
what happened with George Floyd, right? NYPD was speaking, oh, that was wrong. Wait, we had Anthony Baez. We had Eric Gardner. We had all these other people that got killed by police. Why we didn't have that same outcry within our city when it came to policing? But it's easy to point fingers at another department in
Remember
another
when
state.
they turned their back on the man?
It's a racial thing. But the mayor did say, we go get these crackers out
No,
of here.
not that one. I'm talking about the last
I mean,
one.
but Eric Adams did
Not
say that,
Adams.
though.
I'm talking about the last one.
Eric Adams did say that. We go get these crackers.
He just needs to stop sliding down those fire poles.
And that just happened. And we're back.
There's an organization that goes around, and I don't know if you're just for kicks every now and then. I watch these videos on YouTube where they go around and they provoke cops, but within their rights. And when the cop decides, okay, now I'm gonna abuse my authority, they get them in trouble. They get lawsuits. This guy's just going around America getting millions of dollars off of cops who don't know how to control their temper.
What if they kill him?
That's the risk.
Yeah.
That's the risk.
You talk about accountability orders.
Yeah, the accountability orders.
I watched tons of those.
Yeah.
They're operating within their rights all the time.
All the time.
The only
They be
reason
cursing them out, violating, going
No,
crazy.
they don't even curse them out, though. But they operate in what's considered gray areas, but they're not gray areas. They're very well defined by the law. But these cops are so used to overstepping the law and overstepping their boundaries, they don't realize that they're not allowed to do the thing that they're about to do to this guy.
And when they do them,
there's a dude named, and you can sue them, but what a lot of people don't know is it costs a lot of bread to sue.
Exactly.
9 times out of 10, the lawsuit ain't the thing, but they'll throw you out of a publicly owned building and talk about, well, this is private property. No, this is public property. I'm allowed to be here. Dude holding a sign going, God bless the homeless veterans. God bless the homeless veterans. Dude walk up, hey man, you can't solicit money. You got to leave. He's like, I'm not soliciting money. You never heard me ask anybody for anything. I'm saying God bless the homeless vets. Well, fuck it. People don't want you here. You got to go. Violation of the rights. But they do that to show how easy it is for a cop to step beyond the law and become, the phrase is, you're not law enforcement, you're feelings enforcement. You're enforcing someone's feelings, and the feelings aren't the law. You have to operate within the law. And cops lose their shit, end up in court, but they still have qualified immunity. So even though they're violating the fuck out of your rights and locking you up because they feel like it, nothing happens to them.
But those guys walk away with a lawsuit.
Retraining. The lawsuit doesn't come from their pocket. That's why they don't give a fuck.
But this is what I'm.
They'll look you dead in the face and say, "Go ahead and sue."
No.
Go ahead and sue. You're not taking my money. Go ahead and sue.
They give a fuck, bro.
They don't give a fuck.
They give a fuck.
If they gave a fuck, they wouldn't do that shit. If they thought, if the money was coming out of their pocket, I bet you they would.
Let me ask you a question.
No, 9 times out of 10, when they do that shit, they don't expect that this person knows their rights.
But
watch these videos, bro. The captains be showing up. They be like, "Oh shit, he's one of those guys."
I watched the shit out.
Man, you fucked up, guy.
Shout out.
And they'll go talk to the guy and be like, "I'm so sorry."
Shout out to Frank Gray. Shout out to the
Batu too late
side.
now.
Shout out to the Batu side. Shout out to Frank Gray. Shout out to what's name rights. Like, I watch those shits a lot. They operate from state to state. You got to know the laws in your state. I watch them because I get hemmed up like that. I get jammed up like that for no fucking reason. And bro, that's not the law. The law doesn't say that I have to do that. I know that, you know that. So why the fuck are you? Give me your license for what? For what?
Because I'm gonna bully you now.
I need to identify you for what? Is this a Terry stop, officer? Are you? Was it you? What you know? Terry v. Ohio Supreme Court case said you need reasonable articulable suspicion that I'm committing a crime, about to commit a crime, or in the process of committing a crime.
Not MECC with the criminal process.
You gotta be
careful. He watches the show.
You gotta be careful of the ones that take their badges and do this. When they approach up that ass, they do this.
Camera?
No, yeah. And they badge too. They do like this.
Tuck it back in the shirt.
Oh no, listen.
They hate when
They
you
coming
ask
on
for
some
their badge
bullshit.
number,
Yeah, they coming on some bullshit when they have it time like this.
Tyreek Hill tried your what you just said just now.
And they'll get fucked up behind it. I've been pulled off of trains. I've been pulled, and math, no, I'm on foot a lot. I move around. I walk. Trains.
Like fucking Ryu.
Hey, come here, let me talk to you. No, thank you. No, thank you. Let me talk. No, thank you. Let me see some ID. For what? Why? What crime do you suspect me of committing? I run into that shit all the fucking time.
No reasonable suspicion.
He wouldn't try that if he thought for a second that I was going to get in his pocket for doing that bullshit.
I agree with you.
He wouldn't try that for, if he didn't know that the money was coming from the city. It's not coming. It never comes from their pocket. They might get suspended for a couple of days. What the fuck is that?
Man, it's not even that, bro. You gotta understand, these cops, they're human beings. There's some of these motherfuckers coming to work after finding out their wife has been cheating on them.
Right, then you need to take the day off.
Shit like that. It's real talk.
That's a real case.
You need to take the day off. You're not allowed to make your shitty day my shitty life.
Right. Yeah. How many men are gonna walk in and be like, "Yo, I found out my wife was fucking my neighbor. Can I take the day off?"
Yeah.
But it's not happening.
But you wanna know what?
It's not happening.
No. But you can't break the law, violate the Constitution because you had a shitty day.
You can't. But that doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
Well,
correct?
Okay, cool. Here's the punishment for that, and it's an appropriate punishment. And maybe you should be fired. Maybe you don't have the temperament for this fucking job. When somebody is working fucking 9 to 5 at McDonald's, you can't be rude to a fucking customer. They'll fire you. But a cop can have a bad day and jam your life up for fucking months or years. And it's cool?
Fact.
No, nigga.
No, it's not cool.
You need to get in trouble the same way the dude at McDonald's gets in trouble. Why? Because you are a public servant. And as much as I dig cops, as much as I fuck with cops in the family, the whole shit, I've seen what they go through. But let's not get it fucked up. You volunteered for this job. You're a public servant. I don't want to be fucking harassed and jammed up because public servant had a bad day. And he's running on fucking ego. And if that's the kind of person you are, then maybe what you said earlier needs to come into play. Better screening. Because you can't be that kind of fucking individual and have that kind of power and fucking abuse it.
I agree.
But I'm not opposed to the people who go get the millions. Not opposed to that. eventually the city will be like, you know what, we need to change this whole program.
I don't like the idea that we paying taxes into a situation where you're just allowing this person to run the bill up.
Well, you'll be surprised, bro.
How about
there are officers who have the most CCRBs that are training new officers.
Oh, I've seen, but that speaks to what he said earlier, the corruption in the system where you think it's a good cop, but the cop who turns a blind eye to the shit is just as bad. So there's two bad cops, not one bad cop, one good one. It's two bad ones. The one who did the bullshit and the one who said it's he's having a bad day. He found out his wife was fucking around. I'll let it slide. Meanwhile, the guy he's fucking up is going through it now. He got back and forth to court.
Yeah, I've been there.
His wife cheating on him too.
Meanwhile, the whole conversation, part of what I heard is to find out his wife fucking up. Find out, I'm like, this always the woman's fault.
Yeah, it is.
It's always
Hell
the
yeah, it's y'all fault.
That's what I heard.
The woman, right?
It's
Y'all
like
fault.
all that went back to the wife must have been fucking somebody.
That's a fact. That's why niggas be
y'all-
going crazy. What? Niggas go crazy over
Oh
that.
my God, really?
But why did y'all
Really?
think that first? Like right
Yeah, like
here.
that's the problem.
I'll tell you why.
Oh my God.
I'll tell you
His
why.
wife
Nothing
must have
else
been
make us
messing
mad.
with somebody.
When I was younger, that's the line I used to use on them. Oh, yo, you must have caught your wife fucking a black nigga or something. I'll throw that shit in their face real quick, and they get angry.
And now this is happening. Maybe that wasn't the line I should have used.
And we might need to clip that. Listen,
that line aged poorly. Shit.
be careful out there, man. Be careful out there. Human beings are human beings, no matter what position of authority they have or what position in life they have. Be careful. A couple days ago, we talked about the whole Lil Wayne feeling like he was left out. I'm not gonna say snubbed. And, you know, the uproar of Nicki Minaj, Birdman, and, you know, a lot of fans, a lot of people from New Orleans feeling like that was rightfully, then the Super Bowl spot was rightfully Lil Wayne's. But it's going to Kendrick Lamar, who's probably had the biggest year ever in hip hop this year. Now, we made the argument that there's probably a board, there's a whole bunch of people making this decision, and, you know, we can't fault Jay-Z, we can't say that, you know, there was some spite behind it or whatever. And then Jesse Collins, the halftime producer, makes a statement that says,
Throw the Brooklyn nigga under the bus.
that decision is solely up to Jay-Z.
Wow.
Y'all thought it wasn't?
Thought it was possible.
We was trying to sell
We
it
was
the
trying
other
to,
way.
yeah, we
It was
trying
a-
to.
it was a Brooklyn thing?
Yeah, it was a Brooklyn thing.
thing?
Yeah,
Blame
you know what I'm
blame
saying?
it
We
on
had
the
to hold
Brooklyn
it
nigga
down.
thing.
Like-
You know what I'm saying?
Like, Hope, we with you, whatever you do,
Exactly.
bro. We don't care.
Got it.
Got it?
No, he wasn't sure.
Right.
He wasn't sure. He sits on. If you found out that it was a board decision, nobody would be surprised. Put it that way.
So how do you have this legend have a Super Bowl in his city? Well, he's not having it, but there's a Super Bowl in his city. He's like very huge. His artist is huge. The man who went against his artist,
He never went against him.
I mean, we're gonna just leave it like that.
Went
I don't
against
want to say
his
that.
artist.
Went against
sure.
his artist,
Uh-huh.
and now he's in his boss city and gonna be singing "They Not Like Us." That's mad crazy.
That's
That's
disrespectful.
mad disrespectful.
That's a
Wayne
win.
don't have nothing to do with that. Y'all bugging. Kendrick Lamar, please do us good.
But
and
who's
bring
it
Wayne
disrespectful to?
up. It's disrespectful to Wayne.
Why?
No, it's disrespectful to the city.
It's
Not,
No,
disrespectful
it's
to
not.
hip hop. It's
It's
disrespectful
not.
to
It's not
culture.
disrespectful.
When you
to
think of
hip-hop.
New Orleans, you think of the Hot Boys. You think of Lil Wayne. You think of Master P. You think of, not Master P, sorry.
Okay.
Um,
All
Yeah,
right.
but the Super Bowl is not a hip hop event.
no, I
It's
get it,
not.
but
It's watched
but
all over
Wayne
the world.
is someone that is a huge, like he's not just a hip hop
There's a
artist.
piece of me that agrees with Sig on
And
this
you
one.
understand, like Lil Wayne is
the
is
best
like,
the best
Right.
explanation I heard for this reasoning goes like this. There's culture, there's business, and then there's a meaning in between.
So culture.
Let me finish. Lil Wayne is culture.
Right.
Everybody in the culture loves Lil Wayne for who he is. Taylor Swift is business. She would bring in more numbers. She's more wholesome. She makes perfect sense. In between that mix is Kendrick Lamar, who just so happens to have records with both of them. Wayne is all the way culture, and this is not a cultural event for us. It's a sporting event. It's not a cultural event. Taylor Swift, businesses love her. She's big business. Kendrick is right in the middle. It's perfect analogy. I forgot where I saw it. It's not mine. It's perfect analogy. When you look at it, Kendrick's had the biggest year.
Mm-hmm.
Lil Wayne, quite honestly, the content of his music, culturally we love it, but this is a sporting event, and they got to push this past sponsors.
I agree with you. I think Jay-Z made the best business decision.
I think so too.
I think Jay-Z made the best business decision. There's no other choice, right? Kendrick Lamar is the right choice. I think the question becomes for Lil Wayne, right? Understanding that what I think we all know, Jay-Z is about his business first. Right. And if you're Lil Wayne and you might have thought you had a relationship with Jay-Z, you're like, wait a minute.
He's about Lil Wayne business too. He paid his taxes.
Yeah.
I get that.
So I don't
you must be from Brooklyn.
I don't owe you nothing.
You must also
I got
be
it
from
tattooed
Brooklyn.
all over
You
here.
must also be from Brooklyn. I get it. I'm just saying, I think, and you know, we talk a lot online, I think, about entitlement. Like, why does Wayne feel entitled to have that spot? You know, I understand that argument as well. But I think ultimately, just in trying to understand his feelings, it becomes about, in this business and in this culture, people have relationships. And sometimes you're shocked when someone you might have thought was your man's, you know, made the better business decision for his bottom line. You know what? It's just a reality check for you. Like, now you should know how to move, put your business first. But some people don't always do that. You know what I mean? Like, some people still lead with the love of the culture. Mm-hmm. Some people lead with, you know, I'm a make the right decision for the culture. I'm gonna make the right decision for my relationships.
Yo,
now
easy.
You know,
easy
Jay
now.
Easy now. Jay ain't doing that.
But
like that's not what he's done. But
how many Super Bowls went down in New Orleans?
I can't.
No, I'm just saying, how many went down in New Orleans? How many Super Bowls happened in?
I don't think.
And when you watch a Super Bowl, I'm a female, right? When it comes to Super Bowl, I don't care about the football part. Mm-hmm. I care about the performance, right? So when I go into the performance and I'm thinking about New Orleans, who's the biggest artist in New Orleans and what I want to listen to? I want to listen to a Millie. This is the music part. Hold on, no, because seriously, I'm talking as a girl though of watching, like y'all watch the Super Bowl a different way than
girls aren't the main audience for the Super Bowl.
No. I know that, but we still a part of it. So that's what I'm saying.
Small part of it.
No, not small because most people dates and stuff like that. We're still females. So what I'm saying is with that, when we come, we're thinking. I think when it comes to Kendrick Lamar, like everyone is stuck on the They Not Like Us, right? Mm-hmm. But then it's like when we get to playing the music and listening, because that's what we pay attention to for the Super Bowl. Yeah, probably still like that's something we will want to listen to.
Did you watch the Super Bowl when Rihanna performed?
Yes.
Did you care that she wasn't from Nevada?
I care.
Did you want to hear the biggest artist from Nevada?
I do care perform? If we was in her.
Did you watch the Super Bowl when Beyonce performed?
But I think
did you care that she wasn't from LA?
I think it's.
I didn't even watch it.
Good point.
None of the last 18 some odd people who have performed at the Super Bowl were from their home city.
I mean, it didn't even have to be a hip hop artist. We spoke about this.
But we're talking about Wayne though. We're not talking about a regular hip hop.
Usher is not from Nevada. Rihanna's not from Arizona.
What if they would have hired?
Weeknd is not from Tampa. J-Lo and Shakira are not from Miami. Maroon 5 is not from Atlanta. Justin Timberlake is not from Minnesota. Lady Gaga ain't from Houston. Coldplay, Beyonce, Bruno Mars not from LA. Katy Perry, not from Arizona. Bruno Mars, not from New Jersey. Beyonce, not from New Orleans. Last time it was in New Orleans, Beyonce, nobody gave a shit. Madonna, not from Indianapolis. Black Eyed Peas, not from Arlington, Texas. I can literally do this all day. The Who, not from Miami. East Street Band, not from Tampa.
But I'm not saying it because of that. I'm saying it because people's gonna care. If Wayne was to come out for the New Orleans, people is gonna care. It's not gonna give what you just said with that whole list. It's gonna give, this is Wayne. This is the songs. If it's downtime and we're going to get a drink and stuff, if a Millie comes on, people walk into the stand going crazy.
But listen what I'm saying.
They're not going crazy.
11, hold on.
Because some men
The
is not
Super
going to go
Bowl
crazy.
went down 11 times
Everybody's
in New
going to
Orleans.
go crazy to
The Super Bowl went down 11 times in New Orleans, and not once did they bring Lil Wayne up.
Look, I think what it is.
But this is the first time everybody's saying
I
something
think
about
no. Listen to what I'm saying.
Just happened with Kendrick and Drake. That's why we're having the conversation.
It's because when Snoop and Dre performed in LA, it was a moment for the city, and they brought people out who weren't from LA. But when Snoop and Dre did it in LA, they tried to set a precedent. However, that's just a one-off. Maybe just the stars aligned, but it's not a precedent. It could be if they kept it going.
You only need one time for
that. I just still think that he should be.
But we got to remember.
I don't care about the.
We got to remember, 50 Cent was not from LA.
Neither was Eminem.
But they had music we wanted to listen to, like a bunch of music.
Artists, but LA people signed 50.
Now let me ask y'all a question.
Let
me ask y'all a question about the LA Super Bowl.
In LA.
Eminem co-signed. He headlined the LA Super Bowl, right?
Who?
Eminem.
No.
Who headlined?
Dre brought 50 out, Kendrick,
Snoop,
all of them.
That was Dre. Dre headlined that. Dre and Snoop.
But it was M who fought for 50 to get on.
I don't know about that. I mean, possible. I don't know.
Listen. I'm not against Kendrick having his moment. What he did this year was incredible.
Which means he deserved it.
Now, is there a possibility that Wayne could still have a Super Bowl performance?
He has a song with us. Yeah.
But now...
We'll see.
That was my thing, because I think, like we said, it's a better business decision for Jay-Z to make by putting Kendrick on the Super Bowl. But is there a cultural conversation here, right, about hip-hop, and how big would it be if Kendrick did bring Drake? I mean... If he did bring Wayne out, and that would be a moment for the culture.
Where everybody be talking if it wasn't Kendrick. What if it was another artist? Right?
No,
everybody
that's
be
what I'm
going
saying.
crazy
But the fact that it is, and I think that's why
Nah.
maybe they feel more slighted, because it is Kendrick.
Yeah,
we know
if it
what
was
just
another
happened.
artist, they wouldn't
Not
care.
like us has to be performed. It's not like he can do the Super Bowl and not do Not Like Us.
It's
You gotta do the song.
because they can
Gotta do the
paint.
song.
It's because
And that's crazy when you do the song in that city, and that's
And
our
that's his
city,
and
right?
that's
And
artist.
it's like,
it doesn't matter.
That's
It's
crazy.
not like Lil Wayne was right next to Drake when the whole beef was going on.
True.
He was solid. He was solid. This was between
why he
Drake
having a
and
hate
Kendrick.
I feel like he not performing because of it. Like I feel like
I don't
we
think-
saying he's solid, he stood out of it, but I feel like he's suffering from it.
No,
from
it's
not-
because people can paint that narrative. That's the problem.
that's what it looked like.
People, no, that's not what it looks like. It looks like Jay-Z made the best decision, as Jay-Z will.
for his money.
A lot of
and his
people
bottom
that were
line.
signed to Def Jam expected Jay-Z to do favors and
Right.
do certain things.
That was
And
my
he was
point.
like, yo, I'm here to do the best job. I'm not here to, let me look
Be
out
the
for
best
you
friend.
when everybody fail and then no one wants me to be a CEO anymore. No, I'm going to make the best decision. So Jay-Z makes the best decision. You
Or
dig
you
what
can
I'm
look
saying?
at it
I
like
mean, it's
he
fair.
makes a decision of business over loyalty. And then we can have a
We
conversation.
can't say that it's
about
over,
No, that's
over
not-
loyalty.
Yeah.
That's
You
what
can't
we
just
should
say-
talk about: business over loyalty.
No,
that's
no,
not-
no.
That don't got nothing to do with
That
loyalty.
has a lot to
That's
do with
business. No, it don't.
It's
he
a little
paid
bit
his
of
taxes.
loyalty. No, I get
what we
what you're
talking about. He
saying.
paid
I
his
pay
taxes.
taxes.
He paid his taxes.
paid Lil
it
Wayne's
for
taxes.
He paid Lil Wayne
He paid it
taxes.
for Lil Wayne is what they're saying. So like,
Oh yeah. Oh.
Did he pay my taxes?
but like
Wayne
you were
got more
saying,
money
right?
than me.
Like it's a relationship thing.
Yeah.
Because if we got that relationship that strong,
Mhm.
that you looked out for me like that, then in my mind I'm thinking when it comes around something like this, that there's an expectation there. And I think
Right.
he might have expected differently.
He
But
did.
again,
That's why he said
and that's
that
why
he was
came-
hurt.
Exactly.
He wasn't mad.
Exactly.
He was in. I'm hurt.
Right. And that's really that
He
to
said,
me that's really
I'm
the
hurt.
conversation.
Yeah.
That's really the conversation.
Okay, so
I feel like you should just be a part of it.
Let's put this in another. Let's put another side to it. Jay-Z paying Lil Wayne's taxes.
Mhm.
What was the return favor?
He's paying it, or he paid
He
it?
paid
He paid it.
Okay.
Happened already.
'Cause
This
I'm
is
like,
this
y'all
a few
paying
years
it.
ago. This a few years ago.
What was the
every year.
return favor?
No one talks
I just
about
think he
that.
really
It's
liked
probably
Wayne
been done.
that much to not want to see him in jail.
Okay, but so throughout this course of time, it doesn't look like Lil Wayne has ever done that type of favor for Jay-Z, correct?
Brooklyn gonna defend Brooklyn.
I'm just saying.
To be honest.
I'm just saying.
You got a point.
I thought
We
Brooklyn
don't
gonna defend Brooklyn.
we don't know what the intention was or what was supposed to happen,
right,
but
or
we've
maybe
never
it didn't.
seen like, yo, this charity repaid in a certain
At
way.
the
We
time
haven't
it-
seen it.
At
Okay.
the time
And
it
we don't-
happened, I was under the impression that Jay was trying to get Wayne to sign.
And he didn't.
And
Correct?
Because the baby
There
sent
you
the, a
go.
letter
Okay.
to the
Well,
office.
MECC cracked the case.
I thought he was trying to get him to come
That's
sign.
kind of where I was leaning.
It never happened. So, bottom line, nobody owes anybody anything.
No, not at all.
So,
Not even an explanation.
at all. I think what
think
bothers
it's
me
just
the most
something
about
don't
this
know.
whole thing is that it's overshadowing the fact that this is a real win for hip hop. It's a real win for hip hop.
I don't think so.
I do.
Because until the Nicki Minaj post and the Birdmans and everyone speaking
Yeah.
up, everyone celebrated the fact that Kendrick.
Was right.
This thing is now. We're not talking about the fact that this is like the first hip hop artist to headline the Super Bowl performance. We're talking about, is Jay-Z wrong for snubbing Lil Wayne? And while that's a conversation that warrants a conversation, I think it's kind of messed up that, you know.
Well,
why
another
not
thing we got to
shine
look
more
at
light
too
on
is
it?
that Wayne was with Jay during the Fanatics thing. I guess Wayne probably felt that Jay should have said something
Yep.
there. Wayne
Yep.
probably found,
Why?
I was just with you. You should have told me that it's going to
Why?
be in my city.
Bruh, dude, have niggas not been following this nigga's career?
Has-
Are y'all
has
niggas
people
oblivious?
do people
You have
not
no
do
idea who
research and stuff?
Jay-Z
That's-
is? Like,
That's
Well,
not
that
his
was my
character.
my nigga.
That
He
was
wouldn't
my
do that.
point.
Yo,
His character.
I'm just saying, like, Ja Rule, can I get a what? Then Jay-Z with the Reebok commercial with 50 Cent. Ja Rule sends a text out, yo, why you do me like that, big dog? Don't ever ask me about my business.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
always pushed his business.
Yeah,
It's
his
not
business
personal.
first. It's
Right.
not
He,
personal.
that's one thing everyone knows about Jay-Z.
Because when you
Can't
make
change it,
your
never change.
decisions, I'm not texting you.
I don't know what you take me as.
No, that was the
Misunderstanding is
What
What
you was
intelligence
talking
that
about,
Jay-Z
man?
has.
Yeah.
you heard?
Yo, Matt, what you talking about? That was the Irv Gotti situation.
Exactly.
Let's say Ja
So-
Rule,
so,
Irv
like-
Gotti.
Irv Gotti turns around, he tries to sign Nas.
Right.
Hello, how does this look?
It's
So let's
cutthroat
not
already.
make it seem like it's just Jay-Z.
Right.
It's just a culture of business. People are gonna make the decisions they feel like are the best for them. And I don't have to make the best decisions for someone else who I don't feel like is gonna make the best decision for me. Simple.
That second part
fair.
doesn't need to come into it. I'm
So-
making the best decision for me.
Period.
Hard stop. Like,
Hard
period.
stop. Now, so we can debate whether there's malicious intent or not, but the response to this,
What would be malicious though?
I'm gonna tell you what's malicious. Drake reaching out to Dame Dash to buy a portion of
That's
I didn't even know about that.
Rockefeller shit?
first album.
That's petty.
Did he
That's
reach out
Reasonable
after?
doubt.
Wait.
Reasonable doubt.
Question. Because we know about this. Did he reach out after the Super Bowl?
Oh,
Did he reach out after
That
the
matters.
Super Bowl was announced?
the news is now coming. You know, it's now in the public, and yeah, it was.
I didn't
After
hear
the
about it
Super Bowl?
before.
I don't know when the call was put in, but I know the news came out after the Super Bowl.
Right, and we know we live in a day and age where it's like instant gratification. So it probably happened right before it was announced.
But we also
So
know
maybe the Super Bowl news came out and then he said, let me buy this. You know what I'm saying?
This piece of
Let me-
Jay-Z's
let me-
property.
which is what it looks like.
Jay don't
Right,
give a
well-
fuck.
Yeah.
Well, Dame could clear that up.
They don't give a
Dame
fuck.
could clear that up.
No, Dame is the one who put the
Yeah,
information
they
out.
put it out.
But he could clear up when the offer was made.
True.
Who?
True.
What?
He might not want to do that. He
What
probably
did
just-
it happen before the Super Bowl or after the Super Bowl announcement?
He could.
Look, at the end of the day, Jay is a
Right,
businessman. That was his decision, and that's on that.
So-
But it was just like, it's just our feelings of like,
But that's what they do. They're gonna
Yeah.
just go back and forth and keep doing this catty, petty stuff. This is back and forth. I'm a one up you. It's just that's the whole.
That's
game.
exactly what it is.
That's
The
the
whole
whole game.
one-up thing.
ego.
Which really sucks because it just highlights the divide between Jay and Dame, and I hate seeing that.
Yeah,
that
we
shit
all
is
do.
whack.
I hate seeing it.
We all do.
I hate the fact that these two dudes whose music we all came up with in the background and they built this empire and showed us the way. I hate
Inspired
the
us.
fact that this many years later, there's still this kind of visible public friction. I hate that.
Shouldn't be in the public.
It shouldn't exist. I hate the fact that Drake thinks it's cool and okay to approach Dame and buy that shit, and that Dame will sell it to him. I hate that.
Yeah,
but Dame legit was selling
built from
well,
the
it's gonna
bottom,
be put up for auction.
ground up.
It'll be
I know.
Right.
But
So-
again, the whole thing just
it's a little nasty, but you know, there's some things we got to live with.
yeah.
You know,
But also the same way
Ghost
y'all-
is never gonna come back to power.
The same way y'all say with Jay-Z
what it
that he's with
Redman
business.
never gonna come back to power.
This is the number one rule for your set. In order
That
to
was funny.
survive, gotta learn to live with regrets.
One of his hardest songs.
You see it.
One of
You
his
see it.
hardest songs.
You see it.
But we never heard Jay-Z point of view on any of this stuff. The Dame Dash, I never heard him speak on
Because
any
you
of
shouldn't
it.
ask him about his
Because
business.
that's
his
just not his
business.
style.
Well, he's the one that's in the right then.
Because he ain't saying nothing.
He's not saying anything.
So he in the right.
That doesn't necessarily
That
mean
don't
he's
mean
in the right.
he's just not saying anything.
I
He's
think
just
that's
not
right.
saying that. He said little things here and there. He's dropped nuggets. He said things in records.
I mean, if you think
you
that,
know.
Yeah.
find another Hove then. If you did all this,
Yeah.
find
He
another
did
Hove.
use Kanye
You
West.
want so
He
the
found
whole thing
Kanye
is
West.
keep
I
it-
be like Kanye
Hold on,
West.
wait.
Wait.
Let's
Want
go
me
to
to
find another Hove. Dame put Kanye on.
Right.
That was Dame and Biggs that put Kanye
Mhm.
into that Rockefeller mix.
There's a whole documentary
So-
of who.
So he
Kanye
did
was
find
trying
another
to
Hove.
get. He did.
So
twice.
you saying that Kanye and Hove?
Yes. Are you not
100%.
saying that? Kanye's a billionaire.
Kanye admitted that he was
Kanye has a
disloyal
clothing
when he
line
went
that
in-
seceded.
to sign with Jay. He admitted that.
But
Yeah.
but yet Dame and Kanye still have a relationship.
they still do.
Of
He
course.
and Kanye
because
don't do
because,
nothing
because
without
they were able to
speaking
get
of Dame.
past what happened, but it doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Because they talked to each other, right?
And Kanye admitted, yeah, I was disloyal. This is the guy who put me on, and I went to the other team.
He was
This-
good
I
at
was
scouting
being
talent.
disloyal.
He
Yeah.
was definitely good.
Yeah.
He
So
brought,
but I'm just
Kevin
making a
Hart,
point
too.
about finding another Hove.
He did.
He found Kevin Hart too.
He found Kevin Hart, Lee Daniels. He even went outside of music.
That's right.
Yeah.
So he did a lot of good
So
shit.
I don't think that was for him. I think that was
No.
for like other people that probably say make another.
Well, I
think-
still think it was for him. But
we
I mean,
might be
even if
overlooking-
it wasn't for him
It
all
didn't-
the
it
way,
went over.
he knew
Right.
that the audience would take that to be for him. He knew that. He's smart enough.
We're overlooking the fact that we're talking about business decisions that are best for you. I'm sure Dame's doing that too. Dame's not looking at it like I'm being disloyal to anybody. I'm doing what's best for me. I'm gonna sell this, and
what I own.
Right.
if
I'ma
I
sell
put it up for auction, it'll go for more than if I sell it to somebody
I
privately.
think he's being forced
You know-
to put it up for auction.
No,
Is he?
He's
Yes.
choosing to do that.
No. He has to put it up for auction because he has to satisfy a lawsuit,
Yeah.
a settlement.
I do believe that there are regrets on both sides. And, you know, I kind of read between the lines of certain interviews that we've had. Benny, Conway, Westside. All of them pretty much gave a testimony that Jay-Z wanted them to stay together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they all said that.
I mean, we would love to see the day where Dame and Jay just hug. I feel like there would be like a trillion phone calls of people just making up that day. Like, you know what? We ain't spoken in 17 years, but if Dame and Jay can hug it out, I'm gonna call this motherfucker and be like, look, man, I'm sorry. Fuck whatever it is. I love you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm gonna remain optimistic, man.
But then, like, if you have two
I think
different
it will happen one
personalities, it's
day.
hard.
I mean, everybody's got different personalities.
Yeah, there's a
not
way
certain
for it.
opposites.
I don't
Certain
think it's
opposites
happening.
Certain
don't
opposites
think
don't
so?
attract.
They'll be.
When you have certain
What
morals,
for?
it's never gonna
Like,
go
what
together.
would after all of these years, what would be the reason?
I think they
What
outgrew each
was
other.
the
They outgrew
Them
each
being
other.
I'll give you the
Yeah,
reason.
like-
I'll give you the
that's
reason.
fine.
Can't
I'll give you the
be them
reason.
being old.
I'll give you the reason. You said why would they do it?
What would the reason? Right.
Why not?
Right. Why not?
Why not?
For the moment.
Maybe I'm just tired of being angry. Maybe I'm just tired of this stone around
I
my
don't
neck.
think they
And at
angry.
the end of the day, look what we did.
No, I
And they
know.
got
I'm
great
saying I
moments
can see the
together, too.
reunion of them at some point, but I mean, like, joining forces again
No,
on a business
I
level.
totally get it,
I'm kind
but
of like they not.
Jay
doing
brought
that.
Beans out at a show. They
Maybe
was
just
at
why not?
ours.
I
Jay-Z brought Beans out.
Jay-Z
They brought
and Jazz
Cameron
made
out.
up.
Brought Cam out.
Oh,
Never thought I'd see
They
that.
was at odds. He
Yeah,
brought
I'm
all of them
talking
But he
out.
about-
definitely met
But he
for
didn't do business
Dame.
with it.
One at a
When
time,
they
one at a
get
time, one at a
back
time.
into business
Business.
together,
You
right?
do
Like I'm
business
saying,
with
I could see the moment where everything is a press opportunity.
It don't
Like,
gotta be
what we doing
business. It could just
today,
be a hug.
you
or
know,
something. What's up?
a hug, right?
Yeah.
I could see that happening, but I don't think they'd ever like come back.
Yeah, we know they not gonna do business together,
Right.
but just to see them together, like in
I
a
mean,
room
even the
together.
hug
They
with
did that.
Chatting.
Ariana, it was on social
Be a
media in
statement.
like 2020,
The hug would be a
2019.
statement.
Then they went
did
to
that.
court after that.
Yeah, but you can't help it. Probably was a fake hug. Y'all say y'all want to see the hug. Y'all see it. It was a hug there, and then it went into he wanted him to sell his part of the album.
I love Dane mind frame, how he think about business and especially
Yes.
independence.
Yeah.
I think that he's right
Ownership.
on, spot on with that, man.
I mean, we
Right.
just seen him talk about it when he was talking about owning his content for his network,
Mhm.
America New. We
Right.
could talk about that, right? Like
Right.
that was a big thing when 50 came out on the podcast and called him broke, and then he responded. And could y'all if y'all gonna sit here and look at me like y'all ain't see his teeth fall out? Stop it.
I don't know. I
Y'all
don't know.
all
That was
sit
his
here and look at
grill.
Yo,
y'all
yo,
see
yo, pause,
James-
man.
James-
Niggas don't be all up in
Listen.
other niggas' mouths.
Damon, no, I love
Pause,
Damon.
man. We
I
not-
love Damon, and he don't care. He took his teeth out.
That was his
Whatever.
grill.
We biased. Shout the dad.
Yeah, fact.
What
y'all
up,
wanna
Dave?
talk
What's
about
up,
the teeth?
son?
The teeth was a moment.
A moment of what?
A moment of
Yeah,
what? though?
facts.
Listen, he
It was-
spits out diamonds, y'all.
Facts.
It was great. Mec, you're not gonna talk about the teeth? Nobody's
No.
gonna talk about
No,
the
I
teeth.
am
Nobody's talking about the teeth.
It was
You
the
on your own.
grills, not the
No, the
tuna.
Yo,
teeth
yo.
was a moment. Whatever. The
You
teeth
want the
were great.
tooth? The
God,
whole tooth and nothing but the
Thank you, Gab.
tooth. Shout the Dave.
Shout out to Dave. First of all,
You better know how to box.
first of all,
That's my nigga.
listen,
That's my
I think,
nigga.
I see, like everybody talks about 50 trolling and how that happened, but
Mhm.
really, like, when Dave, he was like almost like a
He
troll
was on live
before-
every day, bro.
before
After that
all
shit,
of that. So
Right.
he was running it up.
I thought it was interesting when they were
Mm-hmm.
going back and forth talking about ownership and content, and he was, kind of baiting 50 back by saying like, okay, well, let's do this network for network. This is your network. This is my network. This is all my content. Where's yours? Right. So I thought I was being that I'm
What
in
was it?
television,
What was it? He
Look.
compared the
I was very, very
Look, look.
interested.
What movie
in
was that
back
he
and forth.
compared to 50
Oh,
movie?
Detroit. That's his
That-
new independent film.
I think there's an
Detroit.
issue with some of the philosophies that we hear coming out of certain people, especially when it comes to independence.
Mhm.
If it's threatening to the people who have already been there for centuries, who have more money, more power than you, if exclusion is what you're preaching, what happens when they decide to exclude you? You got to consider who's in power.
Mhm.
And sometimes ain't no getting around it. You're going to have to shake hands and do deals with certain people that you control this space. Kanye sat on Sway's Universe and said, you don't got the answer, Sway. You don't got the answer, Sway. $6 billion later, and him, cross-branding and partnering with the
Right.
biggest brands.
Mhm.
He kind of proved, I have the answers.
Sway had the answers.
No, Sway did not have the answers.
Hey, he came out and said Sway had the answers.
Again, it's just...
He probably was being modest.
See, but during that time,
Mm.
I still believe that Kanye should have went independent because it led him down the same road. They demolished his brand, basically. Adidas was still a boss,
Mhm.
right? So if he would have took what Dame was talking about, like, look, you got the influence, you got the capital, you could go overseas and get these people to design the stuff, you be your own boss.
Kanye does not make the same sales without those partnerships independently.
But the money would be
no,
different.
I'm saying to you, if Kanye didn't go the route that he went and got the big brands behind him
And the
to promote
sponsors.
his name, to get him to a certain level where he's a world recognized brand
Mhm.
going independent,
See, I look at it different.
how would you ever get there?
I look at it different.
You dig what I'm saying?
The brands get the influences. Kanye is the influencer. He's
Yo,
the
that's what I
influencer
was
that
about to
brings
say.
the people to the brands, bro.
Right.
That same thing with Nike. Nike wouldn't be nothing without Jordan. Nike wouldn't be nothing without before they got, Kobe or Kyrie or whatever the case was, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now look what Kyrie did. Shout out to Kyrie, good friend of mine.
Right.
He went to Anton. Right? Chinese company designed his own thing I think he about to sign Tyrese Halliburton, whatever the case is. It's about ownership where if you make a
Love
mistake.
to Kyrie. But are Kyrie's hot in the streets? You got a pair? You got a pair? You got a pair? You got a pair? You got a
They ain't
pair?
officially launched yet.
But this is what I'm saying. But still,
Nah, but
bro,
he's meaning
it's like
people not gonna line up like Jordans.
Like these little kids don't even know who Jordan is.
Yeah,
and
they
we
still
in the
buy
whole, we was wearing Jordans when we was little kids. You know
But
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying?
saying is that people not wearing them because they Nike, they wearing them because they Jordans.
Right.
That's
And
it.
they're also not wearing Jordans because of Michael Jordan. They're wearing Jordans because they're Jordans.
It's a style. Yeah,
These
they not
people
even.
who-
Some people
These
don't
kids
even
are
know.
rocking those sneakers have never seen Michael Jordan.
That's
play,
what-
but
that's
they
what I
know
just
they
said.
were
but
kids.
understand, you're going up against brands that have been around for over half a century.
Mhm.
Don't think that you're going to win that battle. Don't think that you're just going to become the hot shit. Don't think that there's someone maliciously scheming the same way that you are. And if you're preaching exclusion, if you're preaching that out loud, what happens when all the other brands look at you and say, "Oh, so you don't want us in? We don't want you in either."
Because that go back what Kanye said about the people got a monopoly on all of these industries, bro.
Well, I think when that happens, when they decide they don't want you in, you just remind them who's in and who's out. Bro, we the circle. We the source.
Nah, I get it.
You pulling up to us for the rest of people. We're the source.
But there's still a
It'll take me longer. It'll take me longer. It won't be as flashy. But you talk all the time about circling the wagons and fixing the house. This is what that looks like long term. For a guy to reach that level, eventually one of us is going to have to circle the wagons.
I look at it differently. We making laser guns. You over there sharpening the stick?
Nah, it's
You
not.
over
It's-
there
it's-
sharpening the stick?
we all got access to the exact same
Yeah.
technology. It's the brand.
Not the same.
Yo, she retarded.
You understand what I'm saying?
She was like, yo,
Kim caught it.
is that a pause?
That is
Gross.
I
Yo,
just think
Kim is crazy.
This is Gat Taylor influence. Over.
Oh, nah, I'm listening. It's a dope, it's a dope conversation. It's needed.
a lot of people appreciate independence. Nipsey being one of them.
Facts.
Ultimately, another decision was made.
And Jay-Z
You
helped
got to
that.
remember that. Master P was one of them. Ultimately, another decision was made. You got to ask yourself why.
You're talking back then. But
Yes.
it's going back now because of the artists are now being more independent because they got social media. They got TuneCore. They can control when they want to drop all their stuff.
That's wonderful. But you don't got the same amount of money as the people who can really
or
make your shit
influence,
world
or
influence. access,
or knowledge.
So all the things that you dream of as an artist, when you realize, oh shit, somebody put a glass
No, there's not a
wall
lot
right
of artists
here.
that
What's the name of that artist
Can't-
from Chicago?
You talking about Chance the Rapper. That's
Chance
why
the
I
Rapper.
said there's not a lot of artists. Hold
you
on.
talking
There's not
about,
Young M.A.
Chance the Rapper.
There's not a lot of artists that can do it, but
you
there
can't-
are artists that do have those resources and making it happen. It's just
How
not a
far
lot
do
of
you
them.
want to go is the question.
But-
That's
Look,
what he's saying. How far do you wanna
again,
get?
You can go far. Chance
you
the
look at the
Rapper
people
parents
who
was
work with
wicked.
Chance, and you look at the positions that they had in the bigger companies. He still played,
The fact that he
It's
had
just-
access
it's still the
to
same
He
those
play.
still got
things
rich
is
off
different.
of music. So did Young M.A.
but it's still the same play.
It was better than being poor. She started off with no money and then became a multimillionaire off of music independently. So it's not a lot of stories like that, but there's stories.
She wasn't
like
signed?
that. No, she was.
No, she was
she's
independent. She was
She was
independent.
straight independent.
Straight Brooklyn.
Never ever got independent. Straight red light.
Straight Brooklyn.
And they always say the independent money is better than all the other
It
money,
was.
too.
She got to
Who
do the
always says
TuneCore.
that?
I mean, every artist done said that.
Labels
The-
will
the
tell you that if
independent
they
money
know
is better?
if you could.
Yeah, they say that, and they get it. These artists that you name, Master P and Cash Money, they get into it for the distribution.
Mm-hmm.
So these distribution companies reach spaces in the country that they normally can't reach.
And it goes back to what we were talking about with, what Dame Dash preaches, right?
Right.
This independence and making your own money. I mean, do we really know how much money people are getting when they are linked with these major brands, right? Like the optics tell us that they're getting a lot of money because they're posting on social media with stacks of money in front of them. But do you really know what they're making? They could have a very small percentage of that deal.
Right.
And so even though it might be,
or what they have to pay back could be nuts.
the ownership isn't there. They don't own it for real. It's just like my name is on it. I have a deal with them, but really I own 5%, if that much.
That money going through like probably 10 different hands.
Right.
When you sign with a label.
Look at all the people you got to pay.
Before it even gets to you.
So,
say
So
that.
when
You
you
get
talk
paid
about
less.
the independence, right? Like that's money's coming directly to you. So, I mean, we don't really know what people
And then what I
Look, taking the stairs might make your legs stronger. But there's some places you're not going to get to without getting on the elevator.
Absolutely. Different strokes for different folks. It's about what you want.
Personal
in the
preference.
long run, right?
Some
And
people
so-
want to shine
Right.
and not even getting the money.
Right.
Can you pay for it though? Is the question.
What you mean?
All levels of success cost.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be willing to pay for what that level costs. And it all comes with a price tag. None of it's free.
No, for sure.
You have to figure out how far you want to go, if you're willing to pay, what's necessary to reach that next step. It may not be money, which is where most people get it twisted and fucked up.
Maybe the baby oil and all that other extra shit.
Even not getting on it might be your time.
Right.
Now you can't be in this place. Now you can't do this specific
You might
thing.
lose
Now
people.
you can't go. Eminem lives a different life because when he steps outside, he's Eminem all the time. Michael Jackson told interviews about the fact that he couldn't go to a club and just party. He got to get security. He got to tell him he's coming. And then when he shows up, they play his records all night. He's not having any fun. But everybody overlooked that because, you got all this money. Look at your house. Look at the fame. Everybody loves you. Meanwhile, Michael Jackson was putting on makeup to go outside and sit
like a
and sit
At a bus
down
stop.
at a bus stop
Right.
or walk into a pharmacy and do some regular shit.
Feel normal.
If you want to be independent, cool. Here's what it costs. You won't be as famous as this person that you may be way more talented than because you refuse to do business with the people he's doing business with. That's cool. You can do that. It's going to cost you though. And I think where most people get it fucked up is you believe there's no cost to this level of success. You think it's just supposed to happen because you're that dope and the song is that good, X, Y, Z.
Rather you still believe that these things can happen organically.
Which is my point. I don't believe it's ever been organic. I don't think that's ever been a thing. I think organic is a very slow, very deliberate marketing plan. I think that's the name grassroots, I think that's what they call that. It's made to look that way so you believe you have that as an option.
You don't think Soulja Boy was organic?
No.
Hell.
Bro.
No.
Okay.
I do,
Let's
actually.
say he was. Let's say he was, just for the
Actually
sake
do.
of argument. Let's say he was. Because I can't sit here and tell you that every once and again somebody doesn't slip through the
Yeah,
cracks.
Drake's still in his.
You know what happens when somebody slips through the cracks? The machine builds a better mousetrap around it. They
Right.
adjust.
Oh, that's how he. Oh, okay. How can we control that?
Let's go seal that up real quick.
Right.
Like whatever little hole in the armor that they find, somebody manages to work their way through. Let's go seal that up real quick.
Because how could we remain a business in power if we don't?
Haven't you noticed that Wu-Tang has never happened again? Soulja Boy has never happened again.
What you mean, like?
You've never seen a crew come in as a group and then all of them sign deals separate.
ASAP.
And then never happened again.
A$AP never did it?
Not to that level.
They
No.
they were under the same influence.
It's not this. It's not the same thing.
They all signed. Wait, what?
Every label.
Rocky got the label deal. And
Right, but
and then brought
Rocky,
his boy-
Ferg, and it was 3 people that signed at the same day. And then the rest of them came in and it was a $2 million deal. That was that
But we're
not
talking
like, what,
about Wu-Tang
Wu-Tang?
had members at almost every
Every
major
I think that's a
label.
difference. It's
Oh,
a
yeah,
different
yeah, no,
time.
I
though.
didn't see that. I didn't
It's a
see that.
different
No.
time.
Okay, I take
Music
that back.
is saturated
Yeah, but
now.
that's part of my point. That's part of
Yeah.
my point. The machine adjusts to protect itself. It always does. And there's no avoiding the headache. There's no avoiding the price tag. You just have to figure out if you're ready to pay it. And if you are, cool, good for you. Congratulations, rock out, enjoy it. I hope it's worth it for you. I hope you can handle what comes with it. But stop thinking that it doesn't come with anything. It all does. The machine does not want to die.
I'm going to see if you bias right now.
Say it again?
I'm going to see if you bias right now. Earth Gang a part of that machine?
What machine?
Whatever machine you're trying to describe.
When I mentioned them in here, how many of y'all heard of them?
I mean, that don't mean they ain't part of the machine.
When I mentioned them in here, how many of y'all heard of them?
Only one person.
Who y'all talking about?
I rest my case.
Listen, man.
I rest my case.
I keep bringing them up. I'm gonna need a check, man.
I rest my case. They're dope as fuck. They're dope as fuck, but they're not playing the game. You haven't heard of them, and they're dope, and they tour, and they sell places out, and people line up to go see them. But I mentioned them here, and it's like I got two heads. She's still asking who they are.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
She's still asking who they are. So you ask me if they're a part of the machine. What do you think?
Nah.
However, I'm sure they've been offered that opportunity. I'm sure somebody stepped to them and said, hey, we could do X, Y, Z, A, B, and C. Get them in here, they'll probably tell you.
It may not be time.
Or maybe they just don't want it. Believe it or not, some people don't want the headache. Yep. Me and you talked about this the other day. I told you, why don't you take your own advice? Because there's a headache coming. How do you know it's going to be a headache? Nigga, you can't get away from the headache.
Well, for me, it's always, all right, the sacrifices to everything. And I don't mean in an Illuminati way. Don't start that shit. Please don't start that shit. But it depends on what you want.
That's what I've been
saying. And if you're satisfied with a certain level, then you'll operate to stay at that level. There's some people who feel like, you know, I've always dreamed of a higher level, so I'm gonna do whatever. I'm gonna take the headaches because it's a bigger heartache for me to not see how far I can go.
Just don't think. Success doesn't come to the comfortable.
No, not at all.
You're not allowed to be comfortable and successful. That's not how it works.
I'm sitting right now is mad uncomfortable.
You don't get to comfort your way into a successful position in life. It doesn't happen. And most things I see, artists I work with, executives I talk to, producers, whatever, the main roadblock they hit is when it's time to become successful. The second they get uncomfortable, they veer off because they think that's their gut telling them, oh, this ain't how it's supposed to go. Their gut is telling them, it can't be like this. I gotta steer off. No, motherfucker, that was always going to happen.
Right.
You don't get to be comfortable and successful. Sucks for you. Sucks for us. Sucks for everybody. It's inevitable.
Well,
sorry for
spinning back, and I agree with what you're saying. Spinning back, Jay-Z picking Kendrick, is Drake feel like you empowered my enemies, so now I'm gonna try to empower one of yours.
Pound cake.
That's exactly what it was.
I think
Tick for tat.
Absolutely.
Tit for tat.
Absolutely. Back and forth.
That's
hip hop.
You've been at this. You were at the source for a very long time. You've been a part of this culture for a very long time. How petty are niggas?
Not the turnaround.
I gotta throw it back.
Not the podcaster asking how petty. First of all, I think people, a lot of men too, have been very petty in this game. But what I've seen, I talk about this, what I've seen in the media space over the last year is insane. I've never seen, I don't understand how people have time to be this petty. All day long, streaming, people going back and forth, I can't keep up.
The AdSenses would make niggas go crazy. They're like, oh, I'm gonna talk more shit about this.
The pettier you are, the more your numbers jump.
Right.
I'm watching it happen.
But you can't play in that space for very long.
It's
because
a lot
eventually
of petty.
People get desensitized to you always creating some sort of outrageous headline or beefing with someone else. And the volume just gets turned down on everything that you do.
I never knew, men were that emotional until I started to really pay attention to like the media space in hip hop.
Oh yeah, it's mad bitch ass niggas. You crazy? It's mad of them. What?
I didn't know.
Emotional thugs, you all need hugs.
Sensitive.
Nah, they mad sensitive.
Very sensitive, yeah.
So,
most artists are.
Yes, that's true.
Most artists are sensitive.
Tell them you don't like their music.
I think you need to. I think you need to.
I think it's okay for people not to, like, I'm an artist and I'm okay with people not liking my music.
Create an expression.
I know everybody's not going to like everything. So you
keep
can't
in
get
mind that
mad
I'm
at
an artist.
But to create an expression, to create an expression of your emotions, you have to be able to tap into them. So
yeah.
That was poetic.
You get mad when people tell you they don't like your music?
Huh?
You get mad when people tell you they don't like your music, or it's who tell you?
When people tell me they don't like my music,
I mean, I'm sure people probably don't tell you that, but I'm saying if someone was to tell you
my only thing is, all right, if you just don't want to be a dick or just make me dislike you, tell me why. Tell me what either is more appealing to you or what you feel like I could do to change it. But if you don't tell me shit, then fuck you. I don't like your face.
Right. That's how I be.
Yeah.
But sometimes at the same time too, I don't mind people giving their opinion because like me, like I don't listen to country music. And what if he was my friend and made country music? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's okay for people not to like your stuff. That don't mean that they're not your friend or they don't.
Keep in mind, not liking somebody's music doesn't mean the music's bad.
Exactly.
Right.
Sometimes
okay,
it's with the space that you in. Sometimes I hear a song like, I don't like that. But then they come on in the gym. I'm like, oh, what's this?
This fits.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
There's great music that you just...
Walking out a funeral, MOP might not be the thing to play. You know what I'm saying? You would walk inside the gym. Oh, shit, we charged up now. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
There's a difference between a bad song and a song you don't like. Somebody can make a great song. You don't like it, but it doesn't mean it's a bad song. She taught me that.
And then you got your haters. You got niggas that just hate everything you do. You can be fire, but niggas be like, that shit trash.
I'm not mad at them. They click on everything.
Right, they do.
They got all the time in the world.
Because they gotta know what they don't like.
They got all the time in the world. But it's been a great talk. Hopefully I haven't made any new enemies through these conversations. And if I did,
old ones.
Get out your fucking feelings, man. We just party. You know what I'm saying? Kim, thank you for pulling up.
Thank you.
What can we look forward to?
Look forward
to. You got a podcast,
That's right.
Oh, you one of them sensitive niggas.
Oh my God.
You one of them sensitive niggas.
That's
what's
right.
up.
Make sure you check it out. My YouTube channel, Kim OSORIO Media. KIMOSORIO Media.
Mm-hmm.
And I always say, it's me and TT Torres. Trigger warning, shout out to TT. I always say, listen, this is for the ladies. I mean, men, y'all take everything from us anyway. Y'all could come check us out as well. But this is for the ladies.
Oh, one thing. Come
on, just let it go. Just let it go.
I'm gonna let it go. Let it go.
Thank you for having
what's up with that Last Man Standing movie you working on?
You want to talk about that?
We not in that, Kim?
Y'all are in everything. Y'all in everything.
It is what it is. SPINOZO.
Oh man, my second time in the seat. Thank you guys again. You can follow my YouTube too. If you want to know how to save your job, y'all regular niggas out there want to save your job, want to know about unions, how to file lawsuits. I just filed my first lawsuit by myself. I show y'all how to do everything. Follow me at Progressive Action, YouTube and Instagram, and Progressive Act on Twitter.
Brooklyn Way. With the Brooklyn Way TV, season 3 out right now. Become a member, join. We lit. The Brooklyn Way movie on the way. We start filming in October. We back in business, man. Holla at your boy. Jack Taylor, nigga.
Siggy run the city.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, SIGDATRIG, Keyz SIGDATRIG, that prima donna chick. I'm starting my Siggy and Friends tour. So if you're an artist out there, we coming to your city. We want to bring you out. I'm also doing artist development because we don't have that anymore. Artists don't know how to do interviews and stuff. They don't know how to present themselves, or they may need a little bit of help. And I'm there because I've been outside. I know a lot of people. So follow me, SIGDATRIG, everywhere. New music coming. I do everything, so just follow me.
Promote them hats. Let me get one.
Clothing line. Yeah, I want to see something cool. So I have this new thing. It's called, I'm collabing with Sticky, and these come out.
Yeah, right.
You can create your own
Just fucked it up,
patch.
right?
Right? You can create your own patch, and we'll put it on a hat. We'll put it on sweaters. We're going to put it on jackets, book bags. So,
I did not know that was about to happen.
yeah. Follow Signature Kiss
Hold a piece of
Cosmetics, Signature Kiss merch, SIGDATRIG.
It wasn't the pocket pussy, but you know.
Yeah.
it'll-
Yeah.
We're not gonna promote the pocket pussy yet, but Kim said that's prostitution. I don't want to be a prostitute.
She thought about it. She
I'm
thought
not
about
Pretty
it.
Woman.
I don't want to follow the pocket.
You don't want to follow the pocket pussy? Yo, MECC is starting an open mic. Yo, stay tuned for that.
Yeah, probably. I'll probably do that.
That'll be
Mr.
fire.
MECC on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. New music from Busta Rhymes coming soon. Try to go get this Grammy. Mechanism Consultant, if you want me to hear anything, I'll post about it. You can just hit me up over there. No big deal. No big deal. No pressure.
Can you guys do me a favor and grab the pieces of clothing that you moved out of your seats and just shout out my guy, Tenacious Soul. Tenacious Soul, go check him out. Where can they find it?
That's the actual brand, Tenacious Soul's clothing on IG.
Ooh, it's
Tenacious Soul Clothing on
That's
IG. Go check it out. I got the pseudo.
Wait, what about the girl?
I was
got
gonna
this
say, I was
Yo,
gonna
hold
say,
on.
the ladies didn't get it.
He's
I was
sitting
gonna
right there.
say
Hold
that.
up, bro.
That's the nigga that gave it to me.
Wow. You want to know what's crazy, y'all?
Bro.
No, Matt, you want to know what's crazy? How I invite you, you don't get us nothing.
Oh, wow.
We gonna put you out because we tired of y'all.
Wow.
But shout out to his clothing line. That's inspiring.
Look. Tenacious Soul.
Shout out to Hershey.
Yo, Mav got the doggy bag, yo. I mean, I'm appreciative.
Oh wow.
Even though I got the dress. Yo,
No,
hold
this
up,
is
I got
fire.
the dress.
No, you don't.
It's that,
Hold up, I got the
no,
dress.
it's not a dress.
Don't tell me what this
Yo,
is.
you don't gotta be tight. Yo, bro, y'all look Jamaican all the time,
You
bro.
don't wear like this shit.
Good, man. I take it. I'm gonna make it look good.
Make a trade.
I'm gonna make it look
Let's
good.
make a trade.
Hell no.
What y'all know about Imbos? This Imbos, y'all don't know. Fire.
That's fire.
Yeah,
For sure.
That's nice.
Man, Gat, every shirt ain't got to show your heartbeat, bro.
That's a fact,
Yo, y'all niggas jealous. That's crazy to say.
bro. Right.
Fire, though.
Maybe now you stop calling us fat.
I'm gonna look just like y'all niggas after I put this hoodie on. That's a gas pack.
You mind opening that up or just you know?
Because then I'd have to fold it back.
Say
Okay.
goodbye.
All right, we out of here.
It's Hoffa, trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rapper.